Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Quad City sports fans of all ages, Town Square Media is proud to present to you the best Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, Jaybird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the dawn.
All right, Quad Cities, it is a beautiful Monday. The snow never came, and I have now been elected to be the Quad City Meteorologist of the Year.
By
Jeff
you
Franzen.
really have. I've gotten more input about the Randy report than
Can't wait.
than anything else we've ever done on here over the weekend.
Can we hear a little?
Tell me about the weather. Can you give me a weather recap, Randy?
All right, Quad Cities, here's what's going to happen today. We're going to be about 35 degrees all day. Some of that snow is going to melt. It's going to be a little slushy out there. Sun's not going to pop out. It's going to be slightly cloudy most of the day. But I'm going to tell you what, we're going to dig it because we're Quad Cityans.
We got a packed house today.
We do.
We got a packed house. We've got Brandon's back.
Hi, Brandon. How you doing?
Hi, Brandon.
Brandon.
Brandon, there's no D. Yeah, there's no D in there.
We've got Bomber. Brandon and Bomber. Leah Bomber's in here.
My bad. I'll just go sit out in the car.
Leah, say hi.
No,
Hi, guys.
Leah, don't.
Yeah.
Stay right here.
She's in here to
Hi,
gloat
Leah.
about her Kansas City Chiefs.
Maybe he's a Bronco fan. Maybe he doesn't
Yeah.
like your shirt.
Maybe he should go sit in the car.
Listen, Linda.
We've got a lot to talk about. We had 4 playoff games.
I just want
Saturday and
to
Sunday.
address something right now. I do believe
Got a big
last
game
week
tonight.
3 guys in this room, who 2 of them are here, called me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I was called crazy
Yeah, I get called crazy a lot.
when
It's all
when
right.
I said Tennessee was going to beat Baltimore outright.
Ooh.
I would just like 2 of you to apologize right now.
I am not going to apologize for that. I stood.
Tighten up.
That's,
A man not apologizing.
You know that's their chant.
Yeah,
Tighten up.
tighten up.
It's really cool.
It's pretty fun.
I like it.
Is it cool?
I'm a huge Tan and Thrill fan.
Tanny Thrill. Yeah.
Tan and Thrill.
That's. Speaking of Tanny
You
Thrill.
take it his thing.
You like it?
I do kind of like it.
You know, I've always been a Tan and Thrill fan.
Tanny
I
Thrill.
can tell.
Yep. Tanny Thrill is the man.
He was
Dude,
thrilling.
Okay, so I've been a Lamar fan, like everybody has, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's been exciting as heck,
Right.
except for Steeler fans, except for Joey Mossbrucker,
Joey doesn't like anything.
including going to people's birthday parties.
That he hates doing that.
Other than like rivals of the Ravens, he's been so exciting to watch this year.
Tanny Thrill?
No, Lamar.
Freaky L.
I put that on the
Freaky
Facebook.
He got a freaky L on Saturday.
He's probably going to win. Well, this is now a thing. All right, so he's probably going to win the MVP.
Well,
And
of
he's
course
not,
he
now
is.
he can't win the Super Bowl. Do you know the last quarterback to win the MVP and the Super Bowl in the same year? Who it was?
To win the MVP
To
and
win the MVP
Super Bowl,
award and in the same year that he won the Super
I
Bowl.
believe it was Peyton Manning.
Wrong.
Brett Favre.
Good guess, wrong.
I don't know. Aaron
The
Rodgers.
last one.
Aaron Rodgers.
Any other guesses?
Giselle's husband.
No. It was Kurt Warner.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, I wouldn't have guessed that.
So
Oh, that's back to like 2000, right?
99, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever year he won, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's been a long time. This is going to be a thing. Next year, going in the playoffs, when Lamar gets him there, that's going to be the thing. Yeah, but Lamar in the playoffs, because this is back-to-back bad games. Back-to-back stinkers.
In the playoffs.
Lost it. Yes, that's why. That's what it's going to be.
Lost at home last year to the Chargers and lost at home this
And
year
you
to the
have to
Titans.
you have to own it. You can't.
265 yards in the air and 143 on the ground, and that's a bad game.
No, but he lost.
Right, he lost.
Yeah.
But that's
I-
always
I-
the
I saw-
listen.
okay, this
But
is
that's the press.
This is Stat Cat with no stats in front of him right now, too, by the way. So this
Yeah.
is nothing. 7 for 14 for 88 yards, and you won.
yeah,
Holy crap.
it was thrilling.
What? I didn't get to watch the game.
I did.
I was not able to watch the game, so I'm checking the box score, and I'm looking at the highlights and the stats, and I saw that first, and I go, oh, man, the Ravens must have kicked the crap out of them. Then I saw the box score.
Yeah, 195 yards on the ground. You don't really need your quarterback.
Derrick Henry's insane.
He's nuts.
Murdering people.
He's nuts. Yeah, I mean that's Tannehill did what he had to do.
In the postseason,
Lamar threw a pick, right? Or two. One
in
for sure.
the playoffs, Derrick Henry has 233 rushing yards after contact, after his first hit. Tannehill has 160 passing yards in 2 games. He doesn't have to do anything. Just hand it off. Play action. Set it up. I sat there the entire time saying, here it goes. Baltimore's going to, here it comes. Here it comes. And I was right there. I was standing next to Chopper at a birthday party. Said, no. Told everybody there, hey, if you're smart, bet halftime, take the Ravens. That was just a beatdown. Everything we talked, and yes, I'll give you your credit. Everything you said when we did the tail of the tape and we talked about like better running back, quarterback, and coach, you brought up Vrabel, and I said there's no way you can give the nod to Vrabel. That's a Super Bowl winning coach on the Ravens. I heard a stat. I heard a stat on Saturday morning that I just was like, this isn't good. First thing, I did tell you that 3 weeks off is a lot. And I said I don't like my pick automatically when we made the picks. But then on Saturday morning, the defensive coordinator for Tennessee was the defensive coordinator for the Ravens when they won the Super Bowl. They put 4 linemen down, knuckles down, and let Suggs basically go on an edge so he could read the RPO coming from Kaepernick. And look what happened. I was listening to it, and seriously in my head, I was like, no way, this is going to happen. Still didn't make that bet. Still didn't believe it, though, even though I heard that stat. And don't you think Baltimore should be ready for that? Don't you think they would be like, hey, that's our defensive coordinator that won us the Super Bowl. He's going to be ready for it. We're going to have to come up with some other way.
Right.
And I don't know. That was just incredible. It was Derrick Henry is something else. So
He's pretty special.
He's pretty special.
That's what Erickson said. He's very special.
So
He was doing a little dance last night.
we got a national championship game tonight. Are you guys excited for this? It's been 16 days.
I think Lee is really excited.
I'm always excited. I
Bomber,
have no idea what you're talking about.
you don't know the national championship games tonight? LSU versus Clemson?
I don't watch college. We talked about this. I will tonight, though, just to make you guys happy so that I know what I'm talking
I
about.
thought you'd do a little research,
Next time.
maybe put a little, make
I
it
will
interesting
now.
for yourself.
I will now.
Well, it's
better
down
believe
to,
it.
what's the spread down to now? 5.5? 5?
5.5.
It got up as
LSU
high as
who?
6.5. It's LSU versus Clemson, yeah.
Okay.
Some fun things about this.
Ooh,
In
fun things.
1958, LSU completed its undefeated national championship season against Clemson
Uh-oh.
in New Orleans in 1958. Wow. Tonight, the Tigers will go for their 3rd national title
That was 62 years ago, Jim.
against Clemson.
How old were you, like 2?
Did you hear me? It's against Clemson. And guess what else? It's in New Orleans.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Uh-oh.
Weird, huh?
Pretty trippy.
I tell you what, Tigers are going to roll tonight. Both teams are undefeated. They shared the same mascot, obviously, like I said, and the same stadium name, Death Valley. And both their quarterbacks are projected number 1 picks. LSU has the Heisman Trophy winner, and Clemson's got the undefeated starting quarterback. LSU's offense ranks first nationally in points scored at 48.9 per game and yards per game. The Clemson defense ranks first nationally in points surrendered at 10.6 and yards allowed. Who's going to win?
LSU.
Without anything at all, you just said LSU.
LSU.
Yeah, yeah.
Not anything.
Clem-
Everything that you just said.
Yeah, Clemson's on a downward spiral. They haven't lost since January 1st, 2018. They've won 29 straight games, Leah.
Yeah, LSU.
Okay.
For long.
Oh, they're due.
Joe Burrow.
You said LSU too. Why aren't they giving me?
Joe Burrow has completed at least 70% of his passes in every game this season, while Clemson hasn't allowed an opposing quarterback to complete more than 70% of passes in a game since 2012. Trevor Lawrence hasn't lost a game since high school, November 17th, 2017.
Jeez.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Now
He
I
lost the day after Money's birthday.
There you go. So we got to look at that game. We've got to look at the other 3 games. You guys have to guess the lines of what's going to happen for the AFC and NFC championships that are coming on Sunday.
Jay, so the 29-game win streak for Clemson, do you know what their record is against the 7 top 25 teams that they played?
The 7 top 20 Clemson.
It's
7-0.
Right. 7-0, yeah.
Weird, huh?
Yeah.
You like that?
Ooh, where is that?
29-game win streak.
Don't threaten me with a good bump.
So I think Serge wants Clemson, right?
I'm saying, like, LSU's phenomenal. Burrow's is insanely good. But why are people so heavily on, LSU?
Okay, but remember a year ago, and we sat here, and Nick was in here with us, and we said the same thing, and the argument was you can't go against Alabama. You can't go against Alabama.
Right.
And I said, well, this, and they were like, he's a freshman starting, and I said, it doesn't matter anymore. With these showcases and these tournaments and the travel that these kids do, this stuff doesn't get to them as much. So that's why you can say LSU, because Clemson's done it. But,
Okay.
I mean, everybody just thinks this is going to be a boat race. But we talked to Emily, and
You know what? If you're gambling out there, go against whatever I say. Do the exact opposite, because I've. Why bet against Tom Brady? There I go. Why bet against Baltimore? There I go. So, who am I?
Hey,
I've been really wrong.
wait till I get to the. You're not doing that bad. At least you're not Adam.
Rosso?
No, Fleck, or not Adam. Adam from
Adam
Front
Jones.
Street.
Yeah, from Front Street. He went 0 for.
He went 0 for 4.
One
Holy
more
crap,
thing.
He's
before we
been
go to break.
really good the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
He's clowned us until he went 0 for 4.
0 for 4.
LSU opened up as 3.5-point favorite, but nearly 90% of the bets came in on the Tigers. The line moved all the way to 6.5, has now fallen down to 5.5. The over/under is set at 68. Under the college football playoff system, underdogs are 5-0 against the spread in national title games. 2015, Ohio State was 6.5-point underdogs against Oregon. Sorry, Brandon. And won by 22 points. 2016, Clemson was 6.5-point underdog against Alabama and only lost by 5, covering the spread. 2017, Clemson was once again a 6.5-point underdog to Alabama and won by 4. 2018, Georgia was a 3.5-point underdog against Alabama and only lost by 3. 2019, Clemson was a 5.5-point underdog against Alabama and won by 28. 5-0.
Jazz hands.
I don't think it's as easy as a game to bet as we thought. Where it looks like LSU is 9-3-2 against the spread, and have beaten their opponents by an average score of 49-22. We said that they have the Heisman Trophy winner and the number 1 overall pick, Joe Burrow.
Funny, I picked it 48-24. Right on the average.
They just beat
look
up
at you.
Oklahoma 63-28, easily covering the 12.5 points. Clemson was 11-3 against the spread on the season, outscoring their opponents on the average margin of 45-12. Like Serge said, Clemson has won 29 consecutive games, and Clemson sophomore quarterback Trevor Lawrence is 25-0 as a starter. They have a common opponent, Texas A&M. Clemson did not cover the spread against him as a backdoor cover. Meanwhile, LSU boat raced him right before the SEC championship game.
See?
That's the thing that I keep looking at is the common opponent.
Common opponent, Jaybird.
LSU has a home field advantage as this game's played at the Superdome. It is 80 yards
did they
away
both
from
play
LSU
A&M
campus.
at A&M, by the way?
I think A&M game was at a neutral site, but I can look that up at the break.
I'm looking up.
So, but Clemson has the experience, and like I said, 5-0 against the spread. The dogs are, and as much as you don't like Dabo, he's going to have one heck of a motivation.
Clemson was at home against A&M.
Okay, and then LSU.
I'm working on it.
Okay,
Jeez.
sorry. But Dabo's going to give one heck of a speech.
Okay, so is that.
I'm
Yeah.
still going LSU.
Yeah, thanks, Leah.
Still.
And LSU was also at home.
All right,
But both teams were at home against A&M.
Brandon, I'm going to ask you because we talked to these guys.
Yes, sir.
16-day layoff.
Yep.
Did this hurt at all your anticipation for this game?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's the longest one, and it wasn't by design. It just happened to fall this way.
Right.
And we talked about it because of the 2015 national championship. They decided to change it, and what happened was that they couldn't move Wizard World from the Superdome for January 6th.
Right.
So,
What?
yeah, so you weren't here on Thursday.
Wizard
All right,
World?
hear me out.
What was that? Like,
The national
like a Harry
champion-
Potter convention?
Yes, the national championship, the semifinals were on New Year's Eve in 2015. All right?
All right.
And ratings went down 40%. So much so that ESPN had to give away $20 million in advertising that they had promised and other things because the viewership was so down. So in July, College Football Playoff, ESPN came back and they said, we've got to do something. We can't do this again. We're only going to do it if it's on a holiday or a Saturday now, the New Year's Eve, if it falls in. So they said, we need to move it. This is the year that they said, all right, if we move it to, the Saturdays, it leaves just the Monday of the 6th or the 13th because they won't move it off of a Monday. This is a tradition. It was only a year old at the time. They considered this national championship game to be a tradition already, a tradition to be on a Monday. So they had January 6th and the 13th. They had already booked the Superdome. They looked at other venues and they all said, nope, we're already booked up. They went to the Superdome and said, can we move it to January 6th? The Superdome said, nope, we've got Wizard World, which is like a Comic-Con, sci-fi, Harry Potter
You were
festival.
right. You called it.
It brings in 25,000 people into New Orleans.
Wow.
It is one of the biggest events they have in the first quarter of the year. They wouldn't move it for that. So that's you have the 16 days.
Wow.
Majority of the time, it's around 9 to 11 days. Ideally, it's 9 days. They'd rather have the semifinals on Saturday, 9 days on a Monday.
Don't mess with Harry Potter, dude.
You don't mess with Harry
can't.
Potter.
You can't.
So, as big as college football is, Harry Potter.
Lee and I are really into that, like Worlds of Warcraft. We dress up and fight in the park sometimes.
D&D.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Interactive live gameplay.
We love it.
Yeah,
Cosplay.
it's good
Absolutely.
time. Yeah.
Is that what that's called?
Cosplay, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've seen that once at the
Sometimes
end of
she
your-
puts like this leash on me,
No.
Every once in a while.
and then
No, we're going down.
leads me around the park.
What do you mean? No, we're mixing stuff up.
She
here,
leads me
guys.
around the park. It's fine.
What's wrong with that?
Right.
It's for the kids.
I'm an attack dragon.
PG-13. What?
All right.
You're getting us in trouble.
That's our first hour of the day.
That
Took 17 minutes.
Keep going.
I think Brandon, I think it took me a while where I was like, I don't know. And I thought about last week because I have
Turns
kids
back to us.
practice it. I'm not turning my back to you. I'm
Yeah,
talking.
He's upset with us.
We're in trouble.
I have my kids' practices and I won't be out of there till like 8:30. And I still was like, last week, I was like, now, I'm like, man, I'm going to miss the national championship part of it.
Leah, unleash the Kraken.
And that means I've got a late night to watch The Bachelor. I got to put it on
You
DVR.
and your damn
Oh, my
bachelor.
God.
I'm going to be up late, guys. I'm going to be tired tomorrow.
I'd rather be LARPing.
Is that what that is? That's what it is, right? Yeah.
LARPing.
Live action role playing.
LARPing advantage.
You see, you know what that is. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
Yes.
We do, man.
I Googled it.
Okay.
That's what Saturdays are for.
That's what Saturdays are for the LARPers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cosplay.
All right, we got to take
We
our
got this
first
new
break.
thing that we're going to do when we breathe fire.
No,
You wait.
we have
It's
to
gonna
take
be
our first
awesome.
break.
You have
is
no
what we
idea
have to
what's
do.
coming.
T-Roy, we have to take our first break.
Why do we have to do that? We're
'Cause
having
it's
too much fun
12:18.
talking. You and your breaks.
Read it like Randy Macho Man Savage.
I can't do it.
Okay.
Anyway, if you want the latest
I
in
will.
TV and security technology, but you're not sure where to start, dig it! Cold Done Right Security and TV Solutions. They're your Dish Premier local retailer. Get started today. They're going to take the guesswork and choose it. They're going to take the guesswork. All right, anyway. They've been a leader in technology for years, and the Hopper Smart HD DVR interacts with your smart speaker to change channels, pause, and fast forward with just sound of your voice. When you sign up today, you're going to receive a Nest doorbell system free, courtesy of Done Right. Call 866.
How much is it?
It's free. Dig it? Yeah, free as me. Call 866-84 right today. Let Done Right come in there.
in here.
Install it. Get it in your home or your business. That's right. Restrictions apply and requires an internet-connected hopper. That's Done Right TV. 866-84 right. Elizabeth.
This is Brian Rothenberger, radio guy for the Quad City Storm. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
And now an old classic commercial from Mark Brenny.
EMS hotline.
I'm hiding in the closet. I'm really frightened. I didn't know who else to call.
It's all right, sir. Now tell me, what's the matter?
Well, it's my wife. She's in this mood.
Was it a grouchy mood, sad mood, moody mood? Sir, please describe the mood.
Well, kind of like all three.
You didn't tell her she was fat, did you?
Geez, I'm not that stupid. See, I was test riding a new Suzuki Intruder from Brenny's Motorcycle Clinic in Bettendorf. Well, I guess I just forgot her birthday was today, and she started yelling at me.
Go on.
So I told her that I was buying it for her.
First, you need to reassure her and tell her that you love her and that riding a Suzuki motorcycle helps to ease cramps and bloating.
Cramps and Hey, is this the pre-motorcycle syndrome hotline?
No, sir. This is the other PMS hotline.
Oh, no, she found me. Gotta go. Maybe I'll be calling you in 28 days.
Come test drive one today. Brenny's, 4426 State Street in Bettendorf, across from Alcoa. Almost.
Dust off your thinking caps, grab your best buds, and attend St. Ambrose Alumni Trivia Night. Saturday, January 18th, the Rogalski Center Ballroom will be flooded with knowledge. Will you sink or swim? All proceeds benefit the St. Ambrose Alumni Association and the St. Ambrose Children's Campus. Join the St. Ambrose Alumni Association for a trivia night, Saturday, January 18th at 7 p.m. Mulligans and doublers are available for purchase at the door. Reserve your table online at sau.edu/alumni for SAU Alumni Trivia Night.
Back by popular demand, Gobo Productions presents One Night of Queen. Since forming in 2002, Gary Mullen and the Works have performed to sellout audiences all over the world. And now they're back in the USA for a brand new tour. One Night of Queen is a spectacular live concert recreating the look, sound, and showmanship of arguably the greatest rock band of all time. You'll hear classic Queen numbers including We Will Rock You, Fat Bottom Girls, Another One Bites the Dust, Bohemian Rhapsody, and We Are the Champions. One Night of Queen, performed by Gary Mullen and the Works. This show will rock you.
Coming to the TextLayer Center March 18th. Tickets are on sale now at the TextLayer Center box office and Ticketmaster.com. Presented by Town Square Media. It's Putt-Around time. Get your foursome together for the 15th annual Big Brothers Big Sisters Putt-Around. Over 20 custom-built holes transform the River Center into the most innovative mini golf course ever. Only $30 per person and great for any skill level. Register at puttaround.org before January 17th to be entered into a Quad City staycation giveaway. The 15th annual Big Brothers Big Sister Putt-Around, sponsored by Wells Fargo and the Quad City Area Realtors, January 29th through the 31st at the River Center in Davenport. Sign up today.
When storm damage hits, All Major Restorations is your insurance claim specialist. Loose or missing shingles, tinted siding, or damaged windows. All Major Restorations of the Quad Cities works with your insurance company, making the process quick and easy. The insurance company has people fighting for them. Let All Major Restorations work for you. Residential, commercial, and industrial. There's a reason they have an A+ accredited Better Business Bureau rating. Storm damage estimates are always free. Visit amrestorations.com. All Major Restorations of the Quad Cities.
When you're listening to the best sports talk in the Quad Cities, you know you're listening to the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
This song right here is me and Bomber on our way to LARPing this Saturday. We are going so fast getting there. Outfits ready to go.
Hyped. Windows down.
Riding on the winged dragon of Ulysses.
You're listening to ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us for local.
Are we?
You can download the app and listen on your smart device. Even Alexa. Say, hey Alexa, or Siri, whatever it is. I don't even know.
Mind your lances, fair maiden.
Whatever wiretap
We will see you in the morn.
Turn on 1170 AM.
In the middle of the park, in the middle of Davenport.
You know.
Macho Man going LARPing?
You know, at about 11:58. When I said this is a good idea to have all these people in here because the conversation's going to be going, it quickly turned into 12:24, where you're doing accents of some country that I have no idea.
I don't either.
Yeah. We're talking LARPing. And, yeah.
The mind of Nevermore. Hello, fine squire.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to get
right, Winch.
Saturday.
Hello, Winch.
Hello, love. I don't know what I'm Irish? I thought that was Irish.
It was Irish?
I don't know what it is. Hello. No, you're right.
Hello, governor.
Hello, governor.
Fetch me a barrel woman, you'll be feeling the back of my hand.
Let's talk about some more sports, Jay.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
All right.
LSU.
Who won
Also
the
on
rugby match?
Saturday,
Hey, who you guys taking over
49ers.
there? No one said over there. You guys taking Clemson? Is that the Clemson side of the table over there, Jay?
I'm taking Clemson.
I don't know what Brandon said. Yeah.
Oh, Jay, you got to break the tie in here.
Two Clemsons
Seriously.
over there?
Okay, so I've been by myself this whole time on this Clemson thing, and Bomber, like you're right, like everybody's LSU. They're incredible. My thing is, I think Clemson is being like undersold here.
But you
Okay.
also just said vote against whatever I choose.
Yes, I did.
So you're really on our side.
After you already did, so it's
Oh.
okay.
Well, Jay, who are you taking then?
It's the tough one.
on.
It's
Really?
tough.
Who's his man crush?
Oh, it's
Well, you know,
Burrow.
I like Joe, and I said, and
Oh,
I
Joe.
told you guys
Oh,
this.
you mean JB?
Yeah.
Justin Benson?
I wish I would have called him JB first.
I got you.
I told you guys that when the Ohio State Clemson, when there was a minute and a half left, I would have guessed the line to be if Ohio State won, LSU minus 5.5. If Clemson won, LSU minus 7.5. So that's my first instinct that I have to look at that. I think I've watched not enough Clemson games, maybe two. The Texas A&M one and the ACC championship against Virginia. But I've seen more highlights of LSU, and I feel like that's where the bias is because we've seen more, and you see the SEC championship and what ESPN does with SEC. I really don't know.
Still no answer, though.
You have to pick one.
You have
I
to.
know you have to pick one.
Tiebreaker.
Your heart will be true, Jay.
I'm actually taking the points. I'm switching. I'm taking Clemson in the points. Not to win. Not to win.
D-Roll, he's all 6s and 7s now.
Traitor.
Like 34, 31, 35, 34, something like that. It's
48-23.
You know, you
I still
had
think LSU
52-35 was the original prediction you had written. I wrote it down.
Did I?
46, 46,
Did I
42.
picked LSU 52-35?
That's what you did.
should.
Then I'm not flipping. I'm not. I'll
LSU?
come back.
Okay, you coming back. I'm just saying what you had down.
Gosh darn it all. This is the way I felt about Baltimore, and I stuck with the.
Oh, man.
I'm going back to 52-35. I'm going back.
Gotta go with your gut. Gotta go with the original.
I don't know.
wrote it
I don't
down.
know.
I mean,
Oh,
you're
man.
flipping on me.
This
I-
is terrible. I know I'm flip-flopping. Flip-flop, flip-flop.
Did you pick that?
Last week.
Last Friday.
But then you listen to all these things, and you do some reading. And 5-0. The underdogs are 5-0 in the national championship games.
The maps and the matchup predictors on ESPN all have Clemson at 55+%.
Yeah, the FPI and everything.
Yeah, all that stuff. So like, look at the map of the country or the circle, whatever you want. It's Clemson's getting picked by all these people. The money line totally different.
I'm sure all those
points totally
people had
different.
Baltimore over Tennessee too.
Oh yeah, who was picking that game?
I did.
You picked Tennessee,
Yeah.
honestly.
Outright.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And
How
I
many
said
did I
there's
get
no
right?
way.
You're
We picked him
right.
all.
We're
I got-
wrong.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he's the first player. Henry became the first player in
We
NFL
only missed
history
two.
with at least 180 rushing yards in 3 straight games. I mean, I had to look back. Obviously, I brought up the John Riggins one, and his was like 167, 172, and then like 185. He's similar, but
Riggins?
yeah, but that was so long ago. Anyway, the other games, 49ers and Vikings. 49ers just dominated that game.
That was fun.
Yeah, they held Minnesota to 147 yards and just 21 rushing yards. And
Yeah, Dalvin Cook got shut down, man. It was bad.
He didn't break 20 yards.
Yeah.
Who'd you have?
I took Sanford.
He had 18 yards, you're right.
Yeah, I mean that defense is
Idiot.
is huge, huge there, and that week off helped them, rest up. Kind of like I think Kansas City took advantage of the rest themselves. I think it
did
hurt.
they?
I think it hurt
for
Baltimore
like a whole quarter.
It really showed in the first half.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna let him score like 21, 24
Let's
points.
talk-
Did you see
and then
that
we'll
meme?
start trying. It'll be hilarious.
I posted that.
So good. Good job, Bomber. That was really funny.
Let's talk about this. The Chiefs beat the Texans 51-31.
All right.
They became the first team in NFL history to win a playoff game by 20 points after trailing by at least 20 points.
All right. The funniest thing about this was the people that went on social media after the first quarter and ran their
Oh
mouths.
my God, so many.
Why are you running your mouth after the first quarter? Like, why are you jinxing your own team? Or
Wait, who did what?
everybody
Against the Chiefs.
Dude, so it's
Well,
not.
listen, I turned on the TV
I
and
was
I was
tagged
like,
in like 8.
wow. I'm like, what's going on?
Ha
I'm like,
ha ha.
What time did the Chiefs play?
actually, I give
They're gonna show
myself the credit for the Chiefs comeback because once I turned the TV on, then they started scoring.
Wrong. I put face paint on, and as soon as I did, they came back. I'm just saying.
You can take that. You can take that credit because I took credit for Iowa's 14-0 run on
taking it.
Friday night, and we'll get to that later.
It's true.
Who is it? Just the anti-Chief fan? Because there's not a lot of. I thought about this. I didn't see anything, but I was at a wrestling tournament. But there's not a lot of Houston Texan fans out there.
No.
They're just against the Chiefs. The Chiefs have come so close for the past 3 years that
It's all anti-Chief.
Yeah.
Huh.
I didn't even know there's that many anti-Chief. I mean, I don't like Kansas City.
Be a
I
Chiefs
understand
fan,
it.
and you'll find them. Yeah.
Well, you, Brandon, you're in the same division.
Yeah, I'm AFC West, and I don't hate the Chiefs, and I don't even like. I was talking to my buddy Josh yesterday, huge Chiefs fan. We texted pretty much the whole game, and he goes, "I don't know if I can call it a rivalry." And so we were joking about how I think Denver's lost like the last 9 meetings. I'm pretty sure. I think the record is 65-55-0. Chiefs up by 10 games. It's a division rivalry, I guess. We're more toward we hate the Raiders. We don't really hate the Chiefs. Plus,
Everybody
I love
hates
watching
the Raiders.
Patrick Mahomes play. So whatever. I mean,
I really like that you just threw in. I think it might be 65-55-0.
I looked it up yesterday. We were
Just
talking.
randomly, like it might be, and you.
I think that's what it was. I think it's 120 total meetings between the two teams.
Yeah.
I had a friend comment, and they said, I just hate Andy Reid. I was like, how can you
Why?
hate Andy Reid? That's what I said. I go, any man that loves carbs is a friend of mine.
That's got to be a gambler. That guy is a gambler.
He's a great guy, though.
The person
I mean,
who says they don't like Andy Reid is a gambler and lost way too much money on Andy Reid.
he deleted the
plays.
comment after I commented on it, so he knew people were coming after him.
That would be the only reason why anyone would go after Andy Reid. Be like, it's like my hate for the Atlanta Falcons.
Right.
I've lost way too much money on them. So,
But you can't hate Andy Reid. You can't.
I mean, unless you were that little kid that lost to him in the punt, pass, and kick competition when he was 12 and he was my size.
let me ask you this: is Bill O'Brien on the hot seat?
No.
Yes. Bill O'Brien will be gone. You're up. All right, I'm sorry, but you're up 24-0.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The decisions he made to go for it.
There you go.
Terrible.
Awful.
You do not give them more momentum.
No guts, no glory, though.
Not at that point, Lee. I'm sorry. That just fed into everything that was already going on in that stadium. The correct thing there is to punt, not go for it. He had already ran enough little gimmick plays, whatever he was trying to do.
They had gotten lucky. All right, Stills broke through on busted coverage, and then there was the muff punt or the turnover for a score. They had gotten lucky to get up in that 24-0 hole, but once you're given that gift, and you're playing with house money,
hey,
you don't give it back.
You don't.
You don't. You're right.
He gave it back.
I agree.
I mean, was that why they lost? No, but it certainly didn't help the momentum. Everything swung. Everything kept swinging.
Well, you get greedy.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
all
it was yeah.
It's greedy.
Very dumb.
Travis Kelce and Damian Williams are the first pair of teammates with 3 TDs in the same playoff game since Jerry Rice and Ricky Watters in Super Bowl 29.
Do you know who they played?
Cincinnati Bengals. That's not true.
Nope, that's not true.
San Francisco versus. I don't know.
San Diego Chargers.
Oh.
Natron Means.
Okay.
And I want to say Scott Chandler was a quarterback.
That would have been my 19th birthday. No,
Wow.
yeah. That was my 19th birthday.
So I was like 2.
Jeez. We didn't need that.
I'm kidding. I'm not that much younger. We'll just pretend, though.
Totally.
And then you have the night game. Packers 28, Seahawks 23.
I mean, this was typical of every Green Bay game, and Erickson knows it. Him and I talked about it last night. Green Bay starts out hot. They're ahead. They're kicking the crap out of them. You're waiting for more scoring, and all of a sudden they just stopped and let Seattle back in this.
You stop throwing to Devontae Adams.
I mean, the thing that gets me is I said it was going to be a close game, and I thought what was going to happen is Seattle was going to score a touchdown, and then Green Bay was going to come back and kick a field goal to win it, and then would have gone and played out just like I said. But it would have been nice if Seattle just hadn't gone for 2 and covered the spread And that way I would have got that one right, too.
Yeah, it was 4.5. They won by 5.
Yeah. That way I would have went 4-0 on my thing. But, you know, I thought Green Bay would still win a close game, and they did. I mean, it still was close. 5 points is a close game.
The game was
That
stupid.
was a good game. Like the Chiefs games.
Okay. Well.
All right, Jay.
Yes.
Marshawn Lynch.
Okay. Yeah, what?
You a fan? Not a fan?
He's fine. The post game, everything, like I didn't get the whole hype that he was coming back and Skittles and beast mode, and I didn't think much of the Seahawks, and I felt confident that Green Bay. I actually said Green Bay was going to win by a touchdown, but they.
Right, but what we were saying was, not necessarily is he going to be like the difference maker, but they had nobody.
They had nobody.
They had nobody.
Mm-hmm.
He brought back beast mode.
Mm.
What, 4 scores in 3 games?
Yeah, I mean,
I expected. I thought that he was going to do a little bit more in this game.
yeah. Well, it's like T-Ray said again. Have you seen I'm sorry, Packer fans. Have you seen Green Bay put together 4 quarters yet this year? At all? And does that make you feel any confident at all that they're going to go into San Francisco and win?
I mean,
not one bit.
They're not gonna.
They didn't even do it against Dallas. They had Dallas down and almost.
No way the Packers blow this next game.
Bet.
There we go.
Oh boy. Speaking of that, Jay, we got to guess the odds on these.
You got to
Bet.
guess the lines, everybody. The
Yeah.
AFC and NFC championship games are set. What are the lines? The Chiefs host the Tennessee Titans. How this works, Bomber,
Yes, sir.
without looking at any lines,
Uh-huh.
we're all going to guess, except for me because I have them in front of me.
Okay.
We guess what we think Vegas sets this line at.
All right.
What makes sense? Not money line. What is the spread?
Okay, I can
All
do
right.
that.
T-Roy, give me the line for the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Tennessee Titans.
Kansas City Chiefs minus 4.5.
Bomber.
-6.
Surge.
6.5, Bob.
And Brandon.
Copycat. 6.5.
6.5.
Oh!
Okay. Do you guys want to try the total? The over-under?
Sure.
47.
It's a good number. 47, okay.
58.
47-58. Bomber?
I'm gonna go low. I'm gonna go 42.
$1.
$1, Bob.
You said
T-Roy?
42?
42. Yeah.
I'm going to be 45.5.
Okay. The spread on this game is Chiefs minus 7.5.
Wow.
That's a win for Surgeon Brandon.
The over-under is 52.
Brandon nailed it. Oh, no, would you say 58? Okay. I'm sorry, I wrote
Surge
52
wins. Surge wins and wins. So give Surge the win. So minus 7.5.
He's a stat guy. He should, right?
Minus 7.5 when
Okay.
opened.
Ooh.
That
All right.
seems like a lot, don't you guys think? After what Tennessee has done?
It seems too much, too high.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. That's why I thought it was
Tighten up, Jay.
It seems too high, right?
Out of all of those,
Tannerville.
out of
You know,
all
the
of
funny
those,
thing was I first brought this up and I was like, I talked myself out of it I talked to Erickson last night. I told him I was going to say 4.5. When I first thought about it, I go, you know what, this one might be a touchdown. This one might be minus 7. And then I said, no, I'm going to change it. Minus 4.5.
that seems like a lot.
If I'd have stuck with my first little head,
How much do you think Kansas City being at home weighs into this spread?
A lot.
For the Chiefs?
Chiefs
yes.
Kingdom?
Yes.
Are you kidding me? They got the best fan base ever.
this is one thing I want to.
Whoa.
Ever.
The loudest stadium. The loudest. Are you kidding me?
All right,
Back
it's
up
loud.
there.
It's loud.
It's loud.
I'm not giving you best fan base ever, but I'll give you loudest.
Well, I'm gonna
Because it's not
Here's
even
one
got the
thing.
best fan base
And I don't
probably
want.
in the
I don't want to
Final
poop
Four.
on Leah's parade.
They're still
here.
playing bags in the parking lots the second quarter.
And
They're over at Kaufman asking what time
The
what
only
time the
problem
Royals
I
have.
have-
cornhole. It's called cornhole.
Oh, is it?
Is Vrabel's had Andy Reid's number the last 2 times he's played him here at Arrowhead in the playoffs.
Okay.
He's given the Chiefs an early exit twice in the last 3 years.
I'll give Kansas City a little bit of home field advantage, but I mean, like, best fan base, the Packers are
I'm
still
saying
in
loudest.
the
They have the most hype. They have the biggest hype fan base as far as the last 4 are concerned, in my opinion. Really?
I'll give Green Bay over that.
Yeah.
I lived in Wisconsin.
But you're definitely number 2 out of those. I mean, Tennessee doesn't have much of a fan base, and San Fran, they're a bunch of hippies.
They're in Santa Clara anyway.
You're talking about all those old Oiler fans that all moved to Nashville?
Yeah, they did. They all became Texans fans.
We got Mahomes, though. I mean, he's...
Mahomes.
Did you hear Mahomes trying to hype up his team?
No.
What? Don't.
Hey, you heard his voice.
His voice.
I love him. I absolutely love him. But
he's
his voice,
a baby.
He sounds like Kermit the Frog.
And?
It's hilarious.
It's adorable. It's endearing, Serge.
We're going to take this one play at a time, guys. That's all we're going to do.
Okay, so his voice box hasn't developed yet, all right? He's young.
Jeez.
It's not that young.
But him trying to hype up his team is just comical.
But it's adorable.
We have another game. We have another.
He's a cutie patootie.
We're gonna do this.
We're gonna do the NFC Championship after the break.
After the break.
We're gonna take a break.
We're gonna fight. Let's take this outside.
No,
his arms started flailing.
Harrington's Pub is the Quad City's premier Irish pub. Come celebrate any day of the week at Harrington's. Enjoy the best specials around Monday through Friday. 2 to 6 is happy hour with $2.50 domestic Wells bottles of draft. Today is Monday. You get $4 absolute meals. Oh yeah, it is day. Harrington's Pub, putting the H in the hangover since 2005. Dig it.
Hey, this is Dorf with Dancing with the QC Stars. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us. We're local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
Sensitivity, understanding, and a tradition of kindness and caring. It's so important when a family loses a loved one. Call on us, Whelan Presley Funeral Homes and Crematory, for all your service needs. You have our single-minded attention to every detail. With a range of choices and services available, our professionalism, and our deepest sympathy. Whelan Presley Funeral Homes and Crematory, Rock Island, Milan, Reynolds, and the Knox Chapel.
Back by popular demand, Gobo Productions presents One Night of Queen. Since forming in 2002, Gary Mullen and the Works have performed to sellout audiences all over the world. And now they're back in the USA for a brand new tour. One Night of Queen is a spectacular live concert recreating the look, sound, and showmanship of arguably the greatest rock band of all time. You'll hear classic Queen numbers including We Will Rock You, Fat Bottom Girls, Another One Bites the Dust, Bohemian Rhapsody, and We Are the Champions. One Night of Queen, performed by Gary Mullen and the Works. This show will rock you.
Coming to the TextLayer Center March 18th. Tickets are on sale now at the TextLayer Center box office and Ticketmaster.com. Presented by Town Square Media.
The new year keeps rolling along at Augustana College. The winter sports teams are in the midst of tough CCIW schedules. Men's basketball returns to the Carver Center on Wednesday the 15th with a home game with Wheaton. Tip-off is at 7. There's more to follow. Shortly, men's volleyball hits the Carver Center hardwood. But don't forget about wrestling, swimming and diving, indoor track and field, women's basketball and bowling. For more game information, visit augustana.edu. Augustana College, a family-friendly front row seat to big-time small college sports.
It's putter round time. Get your foursome together for the 15th annual Big Brothers Big Sisters Putter Round. Over 20 custom-built holes transform the River Center into the most innovative mini golf course ever. Only $30 per person and great for any skill level. Register at puttaround.org before January 17th to be entered into a Quad City staycation giveaway. The 15th annual Big Brothers Big Sister Putter Round, sponsored by Wells Fargo and the Quad City Area Realtors, January 29th through the 31st at the River Center in Davenport. Sign up today.
Dust off your thinking caps, grab your best buds, and attend St. Ambrose Alumni Trivia Night. Saturday, January 18th, the Rogulski Center Ballroom will be flooded with knowledge. Will you sink or swim? All proceeds benefit the St. Ambrose Alumni Association and the St. Ambrose Children's Campus. Join the St. Ambrose Alumni Association for a trivia night, Saturday, January 18th at 7 p.m. Mulligans and doublers are available for purchase at the door. Reserve your table online at sau.edu/alumni for SAU Alumni Trivia Night.
At Crawford Company, we specialize in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. Sports, on the other hand...
Hey, Crawford guy, go long!
No, I can't.
Here comes the pitch to Crawford guy. Strike 3.
Come on, Crawford guy, take the shot.
Sports may not be our specialty, but home comfort is. Crawford Company, plumbing and drain cleaning, heating and air conditioning.
New Year's is here, and so are New Year's resolutions. If you're bored with the same old gyms and workout routines, try a different, fresh way to get in shape with a membership to Tarpons Martial Arts Center. Try karate, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, or judo, all taught by certified black belt instructors. With flexible class schedules and 2 Quad City locations, it's very easy to start your path to learning a valuable skill set while you get in shape. Join now, and new students get a free uniform and official t-shirt online at tarponsdojo.com.
You can get your sports fix by telling Alexa to play ESPN 1170. Enable the skill and never miss a moment from the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
All right, everybody, we're back here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish. And this is Don't Hassle So Local on AM 1170, the K Barbarino.
Well, T-Roy.
Yeah, Bird.
ESPN is preparing, according to Front Office Sports, ESPN is preparing to make an offer to Tony Romo.
Yes.
To make him the highest paid sportscaster in TV history.
I saw this.
You did?
I retweeted it.
He's got to be good at something.
Really? What do you think they're going to offer him?
They're offering him like $10 million a year, something like that.
10 to 14 million annually.
I saw 14 to 15 right before I got here.
Yeah.
Do you know what the most he ever made annual salary as a quarterback was?
Let me think. Probably $6 million.
$8.5 million.
Okay.
What he made annually. He's good, and so that's going to make him the Monday Night Football guy, I would assume.
That's what
so
they're
no Joe
planning.
Tessitore.
That's what
no.
they're trying to. Yeah, they'll probably get rid of Tessitore and give him somebody a little more polished. I'd hope.
Yeah, I mean,
Tessitore's terrible.
I don't really have a problem with all these guys as much as a lot of people do. Not even Booger. 21 years ago today, Michael Jordan announced his retirement from the NBA for the second time. And it was just right ahead of the lockout-shortened 1998-1999 season. He said, "Physically, I feel great, but I have to make a judgment in terms of the desire, and I can't honestly say that's going to be there every time I step into this building." So, less than 2 years later, he returned once more. This time as a member of the Wizards, the 38-year-old averaged 22.9 points per game in his first season back. And then on December 29th, he became the oldest player to drop 50 points in an NBA game. I shared this earlier on Facebook because, June? They're doing that document, the 10-point documentary, The Last Dance, which everyone will lose their minds for. So it should be a little fun. All right, well, Bomber had to step out real quick. But we've got the other game. We've got the NFC Championship game that we need to look at. Did you guys watch at all the FCS National Championship game?
No, but North Dakota State won.
They did.
Is it
That's a guy I went to high school with.
Fake field goal or fake?
He's the head coach.
What was it?
He was a junior, or no, sophomore. I was a senior.
Did you watch it, Jay?
No.
I watched part of it.
I was busy on Saturday shoveling 16 inches of snow that didn't come down, so I was too busy.
Wait a minute,
you're air shoveling?
Let's talk about this real quick, all right?
Snowmageddon?
Yes. All right.
Snowpocalypse?
I realize first things first.
Notorious B.I.G.?
We'll get to like the business aspect of this.
All right.
I put something on Facebook. I did say I'm all for safety. I really am. But we need to stop putting fear into people and saying that these things are going to happen. All right. There were wrestling meets. Half of the shootout with the girls was canceled halfway through. There are people that are coming in to see their nieces, nephews, or nieces, their granddaughters, to watch us at the shootout, and they're canceling it halfway through when nothing's going on. There's weigh-ins that need to happen so kids can certify certain weights of wrestling, that they're canceling these things a day before because of these results, because people are saying it's going to rain and then it's going to freeze and then we're going to get 6 inches. And they call a snow emergency from Friday at 6 p.m. until Sunday of 6 p.m. 48-hour snow emergency. I know I'm not saying changing anything, but you've got to stop putting fear into people. And then,
Jay, that's what the national media lives for.
I hate that argument.
But it's true. I wouldn't say it wasn't true.
Would they say it if it wasn't true?
Yeah.
Exactly.
We got 12 years to live, for God's sakes, Jay. Might as well just throw it all
I mean,
in.
we've had Andy in from WHBF. We've laughed about it. We've got guys from the news that we've laughed about and
Well,
said,
I
like,
know.
oh,
I
you
joke
guys are
around with
all
those
in
guys, but yeah.
cahoots. I've talked to Fechner when he was here. I was like, you guys are all in cahoots. The gas stations, the grocery stores, and the media, because they're going to get more likes and clicks and views when you say it's going to snow like this. But there are things being canceled that have no business being canceled. None at all. And if you turn around and say it's for kids' safety, nope. They're transporting them in better ways than the yellow school buses that we took to events in the middle of snowstorms that actually they probably didn't even run gas at the time. It was just still freezing cold when we got into them. So everybody's safe. We all survived. All right, the thing is events are getting canceled based on a person's, because the people, they want to be right.
Hearsay.
Yes, but I'm sorry, and we're talking about a meteorologist.
All right. The memes were funny. They were good.
I always tell my kids, if you're going to go to school, become a meteorologist, because you never have to be right.
That's right.
To keep your job.
These guys keep their jobs.
And all they do is guess.
Captain Ernie said it right. I'm sorry.
Hey.
Oh, Captain Ernie.
Yeah. Passed. But I mean, he seriously said it right.
Bomber, do you know what temperature water freezes at?
32.
Weird, huh? Holy crap. Meteorologist of the year.
Yeah.
So if it's
I
30,
win.
if it's 33, how's it gonna snow?
Right. I just got in an argument with somebody the other day about this.
It's gonna be called rain.
I was like, it's too warm to snow. They're like, no, it's not. Yes, bro.
Rain.
No, I understand they're putting things in there, and the gas stations are happy, and the grocery stores are happy. But the food and drink industry, it kills.
How about the Quad City Storm? There
you go. That too.
That's the one I feel bad for. They suffered because of this crap. I'm very, very, very irritated with this. This pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like my business suffered. These other businesses suffered. Quad City Storm. That's a big game to get canceled, man. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Because of travel.
The War on 74 got canceled.
Saturday. So
because of that big storm we had.
It was huge.
It didn't hit.
With less than an inch?
I didn't shovel. How's that?
I didn't either.
Like, I didn't shovel.
Okay,
I was like,
did. But I mean, I didn't.
Wow.
I ran the
hair blow dryer?
I did shovel. I shoveled 2 lots down in the East Village of Davenport. It took me 5 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
I took my salt shaker.
Yeah.
On my front steps.
Shake it like a salt shaker.
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 I just brushed off my margarita.
There you go. That's all you needed.
Brandon, did you work on Saturday?
Sure did. I drove all the way up to our Hawkeye store in Coralville.
Yeah.
So
Made it
I
alive?
moved up there about a month ago, and I mean, we had plenty of foot traffic while we were up there.
So it didn't hurt you guys?
No.
Okay.
I didn't go 80 miles an hour all the way up there like I would if it was sunny and dry, but drove 60 and didn't
There
have
was a good
problem.
hour where the roads were kind of crappy.
It was a little slick, but it's not enough to cancel
I drove
hockey
up,
games and all the other stuff.
I drove up to Iowa City on Friday night. Do I like driving in the rain? No.
Nobody does.
Yeah. When I drove back, oddly enough, there was hardly anybody on the highway on Friday night at about 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yep.
It was fine. Everything was fine.
Did you throw in a little BTO? Roll.
No.
Down the highway.
No, I just played Rush the entire time because that's I'm just kidding. I didn't do that. I did not.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah.
T-Ray tried to play some Rush, but he ended up playing the Weather Girls instead.
What's the Weather Girls? It's Raining Men?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then most people get embarrassed when they play that song and everybody catches them. T-Ray just embraced it and started dancing.
People play Rush and aren't embarrassed?
No,
I was trying to play a little Rushed, and they played It's Raining Men on me when I walked up the jukebox.
Yeah.
So I just started to
It's fun.
dance. I figured I'd go with it.
It's a great song.
Hallelujah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's not going to stop anything from telling meteorologists or asking them to not create fear and panic. Because, like I said, I did it. I mean, on Saturday morning, I woke up and looked at the weather, and I honestly, as much as I know, I thought of you, T-Roy, because I know you can't stand the Today Show. But I said, like, why is the Today Show on? I wanted to see the local weather. And it was a Saturday morning one because I had to make a decision over a softball practice. And
They
guess
show
what?
that
I
damn
canceled
thing on
softball
Saturdays,
practice.
too?
So they won.
I canceled softball practice because I was like, well, it says accumulation while we're there.
All right.
So you did everything that they...
You canceled practice.
Mhm.
It's practice.
I could have made it.
That's okay.
Talking practice.
Kids, it just cost my kids a state title. That's all. Thanks. That
And
one
every
practice.
parent was like, yes.
Yeah, I know they were. Yeah, and I know for a fact that if I wasn't the coach, I'd be the parent that like they better cancel this practice. They better. And then when they don't, be like, how dare they?
I
How
can't even
dare
believe
they expect the
God,
kids
when
to
they want us to
all the
risk
way to
our
Milan?
lives?
I'm going to drive all the way to Milan.
The roads are terrible.
All right.
My parents never took me to any sporting event
Me
anyway.
either, me either.
I had to hitch a ride to somebody else's
I was with the coach's daughter.
parents.
Yeah, exactly.
Or walk in the snow.
Oh, I've got another story later
I had to
on
hitchhike.
to talk to you guys about. It's about volleyball. But first, we got to talk about the 49ers.
Volleyball?
Well,
go on.
you guys know what the forecast is the rest of the day today?
Sure. What is it?
It might snow, but it might not.
Should we shut down?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
That's it.
Let's shut it down, guys.
All right. The 49ers host the Packers.
All right.
We're going to go to your side of the table here. Serge, what do you guess the line is?
I brought donuts.
I know, I saw that.
All right. 7.
Okay, you're guessing 7.
Yeah, it's not Green Bay. It's San Fran minus 7.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon?
It ain't no guess, Jay. That's what it's gonna be.
This is what it's gonna be. I will also go San Fran. I'm going to say 3.5.
Whoa.
Yeah,
because that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah. T-Roy.
Well, Sergi took my number,
Yeah. Doesn't mean you can't have it.
but I'm going to take 7.5 just
Okay.
because.
It just seems so high to me.
You're really close to Red.
I'm going to go San Fran 2.5.
Oh God, Bomber.
You heard me.
Oh, wait a minute. What did I
By
tell?
4.5.
No.
Hold on. No, I'm going -6. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're only up by 1 now. That's okay. I'm really cocky on this. I'm sorry.
I forgot what I
Serge,
told.
what is the total of this game going to be?
What did Leah say?
2.5.
Man, I think I'm going to be on the high side of this right now. It's 47 for the last game. It's 52. Let's go 48, but I think I'm going to be over.
46.
Total, Bomber.
38.
T-Roy.
42.
Okay.
What do we win if we win?
High fives.
No. Cosplay.
Your choice in what to wear for
That's
cosplay.
right.
in the dark.
The loser has to dress, and then the winner's choice of cosplay.
Serge is absolutely correct to be that confident in the line. It is San Fran -7.
No wonder you guys never let me play.
And the over-under is 45.
Ooh, I was up by 3.
It's lower than the Chiefs' Tennessee.
I told you I said 48, but I'm going to be high on this. So. Do I win anything for that? No. Brandon's off by 1.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I do like the 49ers.
I did say Serge took my number, though.
Did he? He does that a lot.
The last time these two played, it was in San Francisco. San Fran won 37-8. They didn't score until Green Bay didn't score until the third quarter. Aaron Rodgers was 20 of 33 for 104 yards. He was sacked 5 times. Jimmy G,
Wow.
ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. 14 of 20, 253 yards, 2 touchdowns. What would make this any different? Absolutely nothing. That's why I think I like this giving up the points here. Now, our friend Erickson would say otherwise. Last night he told me that he felt confident in this game.
He feels pretty confident about Green Bay. That San Fran D is just too good, and they're healthy again. You know, I mean they're healthy across the board. Everybody's healthy, and the way when they decided that they wanted to run it 7 straight times and score a touchdown, they did. When I wanted to eat, I ate. When I was asleep, I slept.
The only loss that gives me any type of pause as comparison is
37-8.
Is that loss to the Atlanta Falcons, 29-22.
Okay.
But the last time these two teams played each other?
Huh? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, what I'm pointing to is that the other losses, Seattle and Baltimore, it was to mobile quarterbacks.
All right.
I mean, he's going to get hit again. I don't care how good that offensive line is. Those front four are going to get to him. So okay. Originally during the year, we guessed the line every Monday, and I wasn't a big, huge fan of Seattle, and I thought they weren't. I thought they were a little bit false. And then I've said the same thing about Green Bay. I have to, and that's why I took Green Bay in the spread, because I was like, all right, first I didn't like Seattle. Now I have to look at San Fran and say this is the one that's going to cover the spread for certain.
I typically do not bet against Green Bay.
Why?
They're good. They're tough. They cover the spread. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady are those guys that I don't bet against in the fourth quarter. I want to.
In the fourth quarter.
I mean,
but just in general?
In general, but
predominantly in the fourth quarter.
All of a sudden it comes down to the fourth quarter and they have the ball.
Okay.
So not with the spread. We need to figure out, who do you got in these games? Brandon, who's winning the AFC Championship? Who's winning the NFC Championship?
I made the comment last night that, jokingly, but I said I was going to switch gears over to my NFC team, and I was going to take the Packers the rest of the way.
Okay.
Well, I mean, kind of like Serge just said, you don't like betting against people like Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. I won't do it. So that's the way I got to go. I love the underdog of the Tennessee Titans. I don't think that happens with Patrick Mahomes involved. So I'm going to go Chiefs. And as much as I would like to say Green Bay, if I was putting money on it, I'm saying San Francisco.
Okay.
To take it all?
No, San Francisco.
Are you saying covering the spread or just to win?
Winning outright. Okay. San Francisco 49ers, Chiefs, Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Just to win.
Yep. Well, Jay, I saw a stat. It's going to probably blow your mind. You ready? You're going to stand up and sit down for this.
Yeah, I got an extra pair of socks because you're about to knock mine off, right?
Only 2 teams in NFL history have beaten, in the playoffs, the number 1 ranked defense and the number 1 ranked offense during the playoffs. And both those teams.
Hold on a second. What?
All right. This team, both these teams already.
His hat gives him an accent.
Okay. All right. So Tennessee beat the number 1 defense in New England, and Tennessee beat the number 1 offense in Baltimore.
The 2 other prior teams in the NFL history to do that.
In the NFL history to do that are
the 88 49ers.
The 88 49ers.
And
that's what I was going to guess, by the way.
I want to say it was
It's on the tip of my tongue. Hold on.
It's like
it's almost there.
I want to say it's like the 2002.
Yeah. I think it's 2002.
Baltimore Ravens.
Okay, when they beat the Giants in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
2002. Was it Giants?
I don't even know.
No. They didn't. No, they beat.
I can't remember.
They beat Steve
I can't
McNair.
remember
No,
the
it was
second.
Steve McNair was the other quarterback.
I can't think of who the other team is.
It's been a while. All right. So what that means is that you're taking.
I think if you're looking at this, Tennessee has a very good chance of winning the Super Bowl.
What?
So you have them beating the Chiefs? That's what I'm asking.
No,
you.
yet. I haven't made my decision.
What?
The Super Bowl I want to watch is Aaron Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes.
Well, of course, that's the State Farm Super Bowl.
You're right, it would be.
Yeah.
Those commercials would be.
I'm just going to eat a donut.
At
now
this
that you
point,
just said that, I don't want it anymore.
I don't even care.
You don't want the State Farm Super Bowl? Lee's eating a donut. She's not even sharing.
I'm eating my feelings.
Those look good.
What?
Yeah. All right. We eat donuts on air.
What do you like them?
So good. That's why they sit her next
We're
to
going to
me.
come back to these 2 games because I've got something else for us to do. All right. Bomber, I'm assuming you're going to take the Chiefs to beat the Tennessee Titans.
Easy. All day.
And 49ers, Packers? Who do you got?
Oh, 49ers.
Okay. T-Ray, come back to you. Serge? Did you say already?
No.
Okay.
Oh, you want to know what's going to actually happen?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah.
I'm Bomber. I would be just fine if the Kansas City was in there. I do not have anything against them. I like Patrick Mahomes. They are fun to watch. But Tennessee Tennessee is rolling, man. Henry is unstoppable.
I definitely think San Fran wins, Jay.
It's going to be San Francisco, Tennessee in the Super Bowl. And T-Ray, you're right. Tennessee is going to win the Super Bowl. Dude, I've been a Tana Thrill guy the whole way. All right, so RT and I were at brunch the other day.
Bottomless mimosas.
RT. That's right.
Tana Thrill.
Don't you just call? I call him Tanny.
No.
Tanny.
No, he prefers RT.
He doesn't like Rhino?
No.
No.
He said I'm not a baseball player.
Tanithro.
He said, Serge, listen. Grab me another one. Start me a tab.
E. Hey, E.
It was actually Big E.
Yeah, hey, Big E.
He's a Big E.
Let me break it down for you.
He's like, well, Sergio's like, hey, RT, are you gonna win? He's like, totes.
So RT and I were we were doing a shot of Sambuca together.
Yeah.
We toasted, and he said, to the Super Bowl champs.
Mm-hmm.
How can you bet against that?
I can. Easy.
There's so many weapons. I'm still not sure yet. But yeah, I'm leaning that way right now.
So many.
Who?
He's got one
Titans?
weapon.
Kansas City's got so many weapons.
The guy,
Yeah.
dude, he goes, watch this.
Great
Serge." He
defense,
goes,
great
"Chris, I
offense,
bet you I
got
can throw
Mahomes."
for under 90 yards and still win this game."
He's the best quarterback out there right now.
Well, I mean, they have weapons there too.
Whoa, come on.
What, are you
You're
kidding
so
me?
quick to do this for Kansas City, and you're glossing over Aaron Rodgers.
I'm not glossing over
you
anything.
can't-
Mahomes has got youth on his side. Aaron, come on.
He hasn't proven himself yet. I think
He
is
has definitely proven himself.
more than Aaron Rodgers.
Well, no, of course he doesn't have the.
I'm one of the biggest Packer haters you'll ever see.
Right, he doesn't have the experience, but he has more than proven himself in the last 3 years. Come on,
By all the Super Bowl wins.
how close have they gotten because of him? Every time.
Well, not really very close last year. They got.
You know what?
Was that in hand grenades, dancing, or darts?
Just because he sounds like Kermit, you guys
Horseshoes.
don't gotta hate. I mean, he's got. We're talking about
all those things close
the
counts.
accuracy of his throw. I mean, he's the next Brett Favre.
You don't want to be the next Brett
You
Favre.
do not want to be the
He's
next
better.
Brett Favre.
He's better.
Yeah, well, he doesn't throw
I'm just talking about
interceptions
accuracy.
like Favre.
Well, no, but that was towards the end. He was in his heyday. He was
Favre.
TheBombDiddle.com.
Farley. Nice reference there. Okay.
Haters.
Let's take our first break of the hour. When we come back, I got to ask you guys a few questions, and then I want to come back to this AFC NFC Championship game.
We're gonna have some breaking news when we come back too.
Oh, look at that! It's what they call a
Serge is
teaser in the biz.
We are in the biz.
Looks
That's
like
right.
a baby.
All right, pizza lovers, fans, Pizza and More is now open at the corners of Middle and Forest Grove Roads by the Plex.
How good is it?
It's very damn good.
So good.
They have outstanding daily specials on the Vans Pizza you love. Today is Monday, so for that national title game, you can get yourself 2 large, 2-topping pizzas and 2 liters of pop for just $21.99. And while you're at it, throw in some $7 boneless wings. All you got to do is call 563-232-1396. Vans Pizza and More will have that pizza hot and ready for you to pick up. Or if you live in Bettendorf, you can have it delivered. Delivery is limited, so please ask when you call. Once again, 563-232-1396. Vans Pizza and More, 5023 Competition Drive in Bettendorf.
This is Adam Rosso from Hawkeye Headquarters, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
The Circle Tap in Davenport is your place to catch the big game on February 2nd. Watch the championship game on one of their 16 flat-screen TVs or relax on the heated patio. Enjoy $2 domestic cans, $7 big-ass Bloody Marys, and cash giveaways every quarter. Plus, one lucky winner will walk away with $100 at the end of the game. Soak up your booze with $6 pulled pork sandwiches and fries, or grab a rack of Circle Tap's world-famous ribs. Enjoy great food, great drinks, and great friends during the big game at the Circle Tap, West Locust Street, Davenport.
Dust off your thinking caps, grab your best buds, and attend St. Ambrose Alumni Trivia Night. Saturday, January 18th, the Rogalski Center Ballroom will be flooded with knowledge. Will you sink or swim? All proceeds benefit the St. Ambrose Alumni Association and the St. Ambrose Children's Campus. Join the St. Ambrose Alumni Association for a trivia night, Saturday, January 18th at 7 p.m. Mulligans and doublers are available for purchase at the door. Reserve your table online at sau.edu/alumni for SAU Alumni Trivia Night.
Get your maximum refund and your taxes prepared for half the price with AmeriFile.
I'm Christy, a single mom from Bettendorf. I got tired of paying $250 at H&R Block, so I went to AmeriFile. As advertised, they did my taxes for far less than half the price.
Bring in a copy of last year's tax return done by H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, Liberty Tax, or any other tax preparer, and we will cut your tax prep fees in half, guaranteed.
This year, AmeriFile has the best tax prep deal in town. Save hundreds having your taxes prepared with AmeriFile, and you get free Rudy's Tacos, free Whitey's, free Chick-fil-A, Hungry Hobo, or Fresh Blend Smoothies. Trust AmeriFile's 30 years tax experience to handle any simple simple or complex tax situation. Remember, this tax season, save hundreds with AmeriFile, the best tax prep deal in town. Free Rudy's Tacos, Whitey's Ice Cream, or Hungry Hobo. AmeriFile Tax Centers, Davenport, Moline, and Clinton. Call 762-8087. That's 762-8087 or AmeriFile.com.
H&R Block is a registered trademark. After price taxes from last year's fees. $75 minimum.
From local to global, ESPN 1170 has you covered. Your Quad City sports show is here for you. Don't hassle us. We're local with your favorite foursome. T-Roy, Jay-Bird, Surge, and you. Weekdays noon to 2 on the Quad City sports leader. ESPN 1170 AM wants you to be an insider. Get access to great contests at ESPN1170am.com. Brought to you by Necker's Jewelers, where the Quad Cities gets engaged. From the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
It's putt around time. Get your foursome together for the 15th annual Big Brothers Big Sisters Putt Around. Over 20 custom-built holes transform the River Center into the most innovative mini golf course ever. Only $30 per person and great for any skill level. Register at puttaround.org before January 17th to be entered into a Quad City staycation giveaway. The 15th annual Big Brothers Big Sister Putt Around, sponsored by Wells Fargo and the Quad City Area Realtors, January 29th through the 31st at the River Center in Davenport. Sign up today.
Score a touchdown on your next new or used purchase at Sexton Ford. With a huge selection of new Ford cars and trucks, you'll feel like you've entered the big game each and every time. You'll be treated like a pro player from sales to service, auto body to parts. Sexton also has a strong bench of mildly used vehicles too. Why wait? The game's on at Sexton Ford in Moline.
Oh yeah, Sexton Ford is the talk of the town.
All right, everybody, we're back here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish. And this is Don't Hassle So Local on AM 1170, the K Barbarino.
What's your guys' plans for the national championship tonight? What do you got going on?
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, okay. This is such good radio. It's such good. That's always so fun. It's yeah, I'm going to turn it on.
I'm going to go hang out at Pints and say goodbye to Scotty Bottles.
Who's Scotty Bottles?
Scotty Bottles.
Who's Scotty Bottles?
Scotty Bottles.
Okay.
Why, what do you mean say goodbye?
He's moving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
you know what we're doing
he's
down
going
11,
to California.
You know, want to know what we're doing down 11:17 for the game?
I
bet
don't
you
know.
I bet you Jake can guess.
Drinking. Watching the game.
We're gonna have it on.
Gonna have it on.
What do you guys got on special? I don't know. What are you drinking?
It's getting better and better.
Everything I pour is special.
Uh-oh, Leah's back. She's
Oh,
back. She's back. She's quiet. All right.
donuts are all gone.
I did not touch your donuts.
All right. Breaking news, Serge?
Breaking news, Bird.
Okay.
Okay, and kudos to our listeners out there, too, on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. Our boy Thomas actually mentioned this as well. I got a notification on my phone right away. 2, breaking news. Houston Astros general manager Jeff Lunau.
Yeah.
Yeah. And manager A.J. Hinch are both suspended for a year. The team also loses, $5 million fine. Whatever. But they lose their first.
It's a lot of money.
To them?
Yeah.
To the franchise?
I wonder what's going to happen to
To the entire franchise? That's nothing. It should be higher. But they lose their first and second round draft picks in 2020 and 2021.
Ooh.
That's what I like to see.
Why was he suspended, Serge?
For the Spygate.
They were
Signgate, whatever you want to
They
call
were stealing signs and banging on a garbage can in the back to give them to him. They were taking video. This is it's pretty tough. The picks. How often does a first round pan out? Major League Baseball is weird, but first and second round for the year, suspended for the year, and the manager. They better have a good bench coach. You know. I don't know who it is.
Do you think that's appropriate? Too much? Not enough? What do you think?
Appropriate.
I think it's appropriate, but then I don't like with all the amount of coaches that you have in baseball.
That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. What do you think?
It's good.
I don't think AJ Hinch is really that big of a deal, to be honest with you.
Exactly, not enough. They should
The
be stripped.
Lunau one is a big deal.
They should be stripped.
And what of the title?
Yes.
Major League Baseball doesn't want that. That's the thing. I agree with what you're saying. I can see it, but Major League Baseball doesn't want that asterisk or that
Throw
black mark.
the book at them, and this will never happen again. If they want this to stop,
What's going to happen to Boston now? Because Boston's under the same type of.
See what happens in the investigation. If it's what they're saying it is, then throw the book at them too. And I like both these organizations.
Lunau was one of the good guys, and that's the thing. No, he really like his story is really good.
Yeah.
I like his story.
I've heard a lot of good stories.
He comes out of nowhere. I mean, it basically the Walt Jocketty at St. Louis Cardinals was talking to his son-in-law and saying, "I need a numbers guy," and he's like, "Oh, you remember Jeff? He was in my wedding." Yeah, and that's how he started, was the St. Louis Cardinals, and then he got the job at Houston, and then walks into all the season ticket holders and said, "Yeah, we're going to be terrible for a couple years, but we're going to win." Now, unfortunately, he had another plan of how to win. So,
cheat.
Yeah, I guess.
Is that him though? I mean, yeah, he's a general manager, but
somebody's got to be responsible, though, right?
Someone's got to be responsible. Yeah, you can't take credit for the win.
There's got to be a fall guy.
Yep. Well, I thought it would be that guy, the assistant general manager, who run around saying, "Man, I'm glad we got that guy, the guy who beat women." You know.
Boy, am I glad we got that guy.
Well, every team has that guy.
Yeah.
Every team has that guy or two.
Donut. I have to. I'm going to make a weird turn here and get this more towards youth sports. Bomber, did you play volleyball at all growing up?
I did.
Did you play like travel, or was it just like school volleyball?
I played for school volleyball.
All right. So my daughter is in a 10U volleyball.
Okay.
She's part of an organization. Last year she had to take this. She had to study like some of the rules, and she had to take a test online. Okay. And now she has to do it again. I don't ever like to get involved and say anything to a coach or anyone. I just let them be. She has to take this test, and it is absolutely ridiculous, a rules test. She has to learn how to score, and she has to learn the rules, okay? So imagine back in the day when we were younger. T-Roy, I'll go to you. When we were in like elementary school and you took, there was a bowling unit, you had to learn how to keep score in bowling, right?
Instead of teaching us to do taxes, I was learning how to square dance. It was awesome.
Yeah, there you go.
I posted that meme too.
Yeah, we never had bowling. But yeah, I mean,
we didn't. Shout out to Herbert Hoover Elementary
how to
and
do my
Mr.
health
Hager
care,
for teaching
my
me
health
to
insurance. I was rolling around on a
This is
scooter.
like third grade. I was learning how to keep bowling scores. All right.
Stupid.
Now the computer does it. She has to take this test, and they want her to pass it for whatever reason. I don't know. It's not like they're holding her out. But guys, this is one of the. And by the way, if she fails, it's not like when you're like 14 and you get your permit, you go back the next day and you can retake it at the same test.
She's out.
No, the questions change.
Oh.
It is one of the worst written tests I've ever read. As a former educator, they will tell you this in college, at College of Education. They will say, bad ways to write tests are things that include like, which of these is not in the question, or we put D, all of the above, or
Right.
D, A, and C only.
Right.
You're confusing the test taker, and you're creating test taking anxiety.
Mm-hmm. And you can't use process of elimination with
I'm
those
just not
kind of
good at taking
questions either.
tests, Jay. I'm really
You?
smart. I'm just not good at taking tests. You mean the part where they find out what you know?
But then
Where you
you're
have to
creating
prove
test
it?
taking anxiety. Why make it difficult on them by putting in a negative in the actual question? I'm telling you right now, not a single one of these 10-year-old girls is passing this. Their parents are doing it. Not one.
Yeah.
And I will legitimately call their parents a liar to their faces if they tell me. I don't know anything about volleyball, nor do I care to.
right.
I'm not a big fan of the sport.
Let me see this test. I want to take it.
I don't want to know what a libero is or anything like that.
Okay.
Libero,
A
whatever.
what?
Libero?
Libido?
Yeah.
Libido.
I want to figure out scoring.
Kind of like.
I know what a libido is. Libero.
He plays volleyball way different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. No kid is passing this test. No 10-year-old. Their parents are taking it for him. And I just feel like if the coach keeps saying like, "Hey, you need to pass this test," they're not like they're threatening to hold her out of contests yet. But I also don't want to take this test for my daughter.
But why do they have to take it in the first place? Does it
I
limit
don't
funding if they
know.
don't pass?
Just
Like,
go
what's the
play.
point?
Yeah, why are you not just play?
Yeah, just play the sport.
I don't know why. I
Bump,
don't want
set,
to get
spike.
cuss. I'm just
Bump,
saying.
set spike.
Bump, set, spike.
Set spike.
I don't want to get this involved in volleyball, nor do I want to. But I'm not, and I don't want my daughter to take the easy way out where her parents take the test for her. But it's
Never
getting to
take
that
it
point.
for her.
Not a single one of these kids have done this on their own. I'm not kidding you,
Bump
guys.
that spike.
Not one. If I gave you guys 45 minutes, nobody in this room would pass this test.
You can't hit the net on a serve.
Do you
And it's
also
gotta be
know that
inside the lines.
in Kansas, I looked this up. In Kansas,
We're not in Kansas
to be a
anymore,
high school teacher, high school coach, or a middle school coach, or a referee, you can take an open book test.
Why in Kansas?
Because I was Googling, is it mandatory to take
my
this
God.
volleyball test? And the Kansas came up like, hey, take an open
All
book
right, I
test.
want to see the average IQ in Kansas then.
I'm just saying that
They get open book
they're
tests, but
10.
we don't.
Jay, for 100 points in volleyball, what is a campfire?
100 points in volleyball. What is a campfire?
Huh?
That's when you sit around in a camping site and you start a fire.
They score and they do a cheer and they all come in the middle to be like.
That's a really
ace.
good guess.
Yeah.
Like, 1, 2, 3, ace.
Yeah.
No.
No.
So close.
A ball that falls to the floor in an area that's surrounded by 2, 3, 4 or more players. At the instant after the ball hits the floor, it appears as if the players are encircling and staring at a campfire.
They lost the point.
Yep, idiots.
Right.
Well,
Dang.
I'm going to.
We're talking about middle
Yeah,
schoolers here.
I'm going to. Next time Sophie's like
Hey,
serving.
ain't a campfire out there.
Be like, yeah, put that on the test.
Just show up with a stick with a marshmallow
Got
on the
another-
end of it.
All right, Jay, give me
We got a call.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Lord.
All right, you ready?
Yep. You're calling in to Don't Hassle Us Local. Who did we offend today?
Hey, it's JR. Happy New Year, boys.
Hey, buddy.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, I got to tell you, I think my girlfriend's 13-year-old daughter plays in the same program, and she was taking it last week, the test, and she was in tears.
I don't know if you can see me, but my hands are up. Like, see, I made my point.
I have to see
Tears.
this test.
Tell me
I have
more.
to see it.
Well, it's her first year of competitive volleyball, and she's played volleyball with school ball and whatnot. And she's very particular when it comes to taking tests anyway. She's a very intelligent kid. But she took it like 3 days in a row, and she was unbearable. I mean, the third night she was in a room crying.
Because you have to get 90%, and there's 10 questions. So the moment you get one wrong, and it tells you incorrect. The moment you get one, the pressure's on you. Keep in mind, they're, like you said, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9 years old. Once you get one, then you know you can't miss another one. Now you've got to go through. If you get another one wrong, now you know you can't pass. It's creating
But what's the
taking
point?
anxiety.
What's the point of this test? I don't understand.
Okay, JR, hold on with me here. All right, a lot of times if you're the losing team or whatever else, they want you to be part of the rules, like
Hone your
in
skills,
or out,
brush up.
learn the rules. So you
Okay.
call in or out, which it's dumb. It really is. But I don't know about the keeping score thing because they're not keeping score. I mean,
Right.
I've yet to see
They
a
don't
10-year-old.
they don't keep
They
score?
do, but I don't yet to see a 10-year-old writing everything down, or even a 12-year-old, 13-year-old writing all the stuff down that they're making them do.
Charting
this.
serve.
So are you? Am I correct, JR, that we were kind of in the same boat? We're paddling in the same boat.
Yes, definitely.
So, just like he said, she is nervous as all heck. She feels like she has to pass this because the coach says you must pass this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, JR, is it a thing that they're talking about playing time? If you don't pass it,
I haven't heard that.
Me neither.
I haven't heard that part. I do like the idea of the girls learning the game.
100%.
But I didn't hover over her shoulder when she was taking the test. I just know how it affected her. She was a mess for a couple of evenings.
It is a very, very poorly written test over and over again. It's awful.
It sounds unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean, do they make...
I don't remember having
Why are the
taken that.
girls having to do this? Why do the guys have to do it to play football?
No. It's a U.S. volleyball thing. I don't know.
Guys play volleyball too.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you have your boys teams out there, and I'm sure they have to take.
Yeah, anybody playing volleyball.
But what is the point? I don't understand. That usually there's a reason. You know what I mean? That there's a point to this. There's an end. There's
Maybe
a means
there's a
to
reason
an
why
end.
guys
There's no
volleyball's not
means
that
to an
popular.
end.
They got to take these tests.
I know that, volleyball has a player be the ref during league nights and that type of stuff, and so I'm sure that is helping them to understand the game to be able to do that later in later ages. So.
It's the coach's job, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like I said, I don't usually like to get involved or whatever, but taking her to practice last night, I just felt like if the coach were to say like, "Hey, we really need her to pass that test," I'd say, "Can we have a minute to talk about this test?" Because I don't see the point. And I think it's ridiculous.
Absolutely, I agree.
Right.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in, calling in and backing my story up, JR.
No problem. Have a good day, guys.
Yep.
Thanks, JR.
Okay, got one more thing about youth sports. Wrestling matches.
Lay it on me.
My favorite.
For some reason, and I don't know when it
Speaking of
started.
wrestling, how'd Beef do?
He got second.
Second.
He lost his first match. He was out of position. I was really proud of him in the third one. He started coming up with some new moves.
I heard that.
And he came in there and he went to a short offense, shucked it down, put in a power half, got it over, and he stood up like nobody. Like he was like, I scripted this whole thing out. I was proud of him. Third match.
Awesome.
First match, he was out of position and he wasn't ready. He wasn't. No mat presence in the first match.
I know you're being a dad, but you're also a coach too,
Yes.
not just a sideline one. Are you impressed?
Yes, I was. I'm always impressed if one of my kids can take coaching and then apply it to a match. Then I'm impressed.
Awesome.
It makes me feel like they're coachable, and which makes me feel like they're going to be employable adults.
All right, Jay,
Later on the road.
pick a letter.
Pick a letter.
Uh-huh.
L.
You would.
Hey, it's for LSU. Told you he was rooting for LSU.
Oh.
Is this a volleyball test?
L.
Do you know what a line shot is?
Do I know what a line shot is?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's
Shot down the line.
Yeah, it's on the line, and then you have to. It means it's in. It's a line shot.
Ball spiked down the opponent's sideline, closest to the hitter and outside the block.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is not. This is easier. This is easier
right.
than the test. Trust me. Do you need a Red
Oh,
Bull?
is
over
it? Oh, yeah? Bomber. You know what a
Yo.
six-pack is?
Well, I mean, I used to have one.
Somebody
Me
who
too.
serves 6 straight spots.
Yeah, but we've had 2 each, so now it's a 2-pack.
These don't help.
Cheers.
I'm just gonna say.
6-pack. I showed Brandon this. We were trying not to laugh while we're on the
A
conversation.
6-pack.
6-pack in volleyball.
Oh God, I don't. You know what? It's been so long. 6-pack. Would that be your starters on the line?
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Your 6-pack. No, this occurs when a blocker gets hit in the head or face by a spiked ball.
That
6-pack.
sucked. Yeah. If they screamed 6-pack when they did it, I would have charged the other team.
If I ever happen to see a volleyball game where somebody gets hit in the face.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Tier's gonna do that down in Mexico. Go down to the beach, watch the sand volleyball. When somebody gets hit in the face, just yell 6-pack.
I'm going to do it to one of the workers from the hotel. You know, they're always trying to make you go out and do the exercises. Come on, man. I'm like, yeah, dude. Wham!
6-pack.
6-pack.
I always love playing those dudes at water basketball. They sink.
Water basketball.
You know,
they have the water hoop, and I was dunking all over those punks.
That's a thing.
Yeah. You know when you go to like a resort and they have
When
people
have
like
I been to? I have 2 kids. I haven't seen a resort in 3 dang days. No, I haven't.
Throwing up trays on them.
It's a resort.
They can't guard me in the water, Leah.
Put your
I can guard you anyway.
All right, I want your opinion over this. In wrestling, and I don't know why it started or how or anything like that.
looking up volleyball
After
terms.
the match is over, a lot of times the other coach will say, "Go shake the other coach's hand."
Sure.
You say sure, like they should.
Yeah.
They say go shake the other coach's hand.
Other teams.
The other coach, the
I've
other
coached
team.
my daughter's team, so I understand.
When I was
that.
a high school wrestling coach, we said, "Do not go shake the other coach's hand."
Why?
I'm going to explain to you why.
I'm looking forward to it.
And I don't think they should do it anymore, by the way, at all. And I stand
about
behind
the
this.
players
The
shaking-
wrestler, after the match is over, going over to the other coach, shaking their coach's hand, and then coming over to their bench, their side.
Shake your opponent's hand. That's it.
Shake your opponent's hand.
Okay,
That's it.
I like that.
Okay?
Yeah. But why?
Okay, because 2 things. 1, it's an emotional thing. There's no one you can blame when you lose a match, and you can be. Sometimes kids get very upset, and they could go ahead and they could just slap away the handshake real quick. Instead of a handshake, they just kind of give it a, and it can look like bad sportsmanship.
Mm-hmm.
Which in turn, in high school, a coach can say, or a referee can say, that's unsportsmanlike.
Okay.
Can cost it a team point. Also, a coach may be bitter that someone else just lost, and there might be an opportunity where a kid gets done playing wrestling and says something as dumb as
You like that? You like that?
Oh, you set yourself up. Good for
after
you.
shaking after
Good for
they
you.
just
He
pin a kid,
lost!
they pin a kid, they say that to the other coach, then it's unsportsmanlike conduct. There's just too much. There's no need for it. There really isn't. And you see it now. A losses can be emotional for some of these kids.
But don't you think that it's a sign of respect though too? And like too many times we're catering to these kids and they have to deal with the emotional. Just go shake, out of respect. Just shake his hand.
You shake your
But the
opponent's
coach,
hand. The
though,
coach didn't do anything.
That's what we're saying though. Like
The coach is the one who taught your opponent to win against you. So you don't want to go shake that coach's
okay,
hand.
do you have to go shake your opponent's parents' hands too, and
Okay,
then,
but
and then
they're
their
not-
grandparents, and
that's
then they go open the card.
different.
Like,
That's
well, like
different.
it's gross exaggeration, but where does it end?
I'm
Well,
saying
it ends right there. You
an
don't shake
emotional
their
loss,
parents'
Shake your
even
opponent's
by an
hand and call
adult,
it.
a parent can turn around, a coach, an emotional loss, can turn around and say, oh, that wasn't sportsmanlike. Do you know what
You
I'm
can
saying?
make anything on sport. You know how I played softball for 10
But
years.
don't
You go,
do
you
it.
clap every opponent's
Yeah,
hands.
I like the
and we
team
all
thing.
would do the sucker punch with the girl we didn't
So
like.
okay, so
we all
if
did that.
if I'm okay with having them do that, if there's no penalty for anything else,
Mhm.
if there's no penalty available, or you can't get docked, knocked, points taken away, anything, you can't be penalized if you slap it too aggressively or not enough.
I don't know when it started because we didn't,
wanna know
I
what
didn't
I
have
do?
to do this when I was in high
Jay,
school.
want to know what I do? If I had to go shake the coach's hand too, give him a dead fish.
Ooh, the dead fish.
Yeah, see, you didn't like that, did you?
No. What would have happened if you did the squirrel though? Then you get
Give-
would you get in trouble?
Give Bomber the squirrel.
Yeah, give Bomber the squirrel.
Oh, see, you're in
I
now.
don't
Bomber,
like
you're
I
in.
like it. I'd be
You're
like,
in.
all right, we're cool.
I don't like the handshake.
By the way, it's hard giving Bomber the squirrel. She has parts that get in the way. So I'm sorry, Bomber.
Her lady squirrel parts.
Yeah.
It's all good. I know.
I almost got.
Jesus
I felt I was
loves
gonna
me.
get punched in the face there for 2
Ooh.
seconds.
But I did that. What is this called? Do this to the coach.
Oh, I love that. That's my favorite. I do. He hates it when you do that too.
Is that the Texas
here, Jay.
the Texas businessman?
I don't know. Is that what it's
It's
called?
called the Texas businessman.
Yeah.
I got all the names. I got
We
you.
do that to the coach, and then what can he say?
I-
She
Jay hates
tickled
it when you
my
do it. He's
inner
always like,
hand.
knock it off.
Bomber,
Don't do that.
I have extensive resources over here.
Yeah?
I got all the
Do you?
I got all the
Can't
information.
wait to see it.
Well, hey, Bert, you do the
I have a
fish?
conversation
The
about
fish?
See now that's the
All right.
All right, do it again. You
T-Ray.
ready? Pac-Man.
Meow.
T-Ray. You ever see the turkey?
We're giving all these kids new ways to disrespect their
I would
coaches.
appreciate that more if the kid did that. Like came over and shook my hand and did something like that.
It's so bad. He'd be like, "You're cool."
No, fist bump. Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Fist bump. Your shit.
Oh, goodness.
You do this to a coach, though, you're gonna.
This
be
is the
in
best
question.
Friday show ever.
Yeah.
Did I miss something?
Not bad for a slow
But-
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Is it Tuesday? I don't even know what day it is.
Like I said, I've never been a fan of
Mondays
it.
with
I
Brad
would
is
like
what
it if
it is.
a kid came up and did something like that and was like, Pac-Man or whatever. Yeah, I'd be like, oh, good for him. He's having fun with it. But
Squirrel.
yeah.
Here, give me back. No, squirrel.
I don't know a squirrel. Wow!
Okay. I'm just
Yeah,
over there
it's fine.
tickling each other, having tickle fights.
I remember.
Okay.
My daughter loves
Before we go to break, and we have to bring in a couple of guests, ladies, but before we go to break, I want you guys, all four of you, we're going to guess right now on Monday, and you write it down, T-Ray, the lines on every outcome of the AFC NFC Championship, okay? So I want you to guess right now on the spot without seeing AFC NFC Championship, without any injuries or anything like that. Every outcome, we're going to guess the lines right now. Predict them a week in advance.
Predict.
All right? So right now, if it's Chiefs and 49ers in the Super Bowl, what is the line?
Okay, we got Kansas City v. San Fran.
Mm-hmm.
Troy, Leah, Brandon, Serge.
Jay, I get to be in on this.
Okay.
You have to shake the coach's hand, though.
Okay.
said,
Line for this one. This is a pick 'em. Leah?
Am I just choosing who wins?
No, what's the line going to be?
If it's Kansas City versus 49ers.
Just money line? What do we, you go first.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to be first. The points, like total?
Yeah, well, no, you're guessing what the odds are going to be. Is it going to be
Oh, okay.
San Fran
It's
favored,
gonna
Kansas
be-
City favored?
I'm
and
going
by
to
how
say
much?
San Fran's going to be favored. And I'm going to say -4.
-4.
Too much. That's too much.
Okay. We'll see.
I got -2.5.
-4.
Jay, you're San Fran -2.5?
That's right.
Okay. Brandon?
3.5. San Fran.
I got San Fran -3.
So we got Jay on one end, Leah on the other, everybody else in the middle.
I I didn't listen to any of you guys.
Are we gonna-
Actually,
we're gonna
busy
bet.
writing all the possibles down.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So the other is Tennessee versus the 49ers. Tennessee versus the 49ers.
San Fran -3. Again.
Sure.
I'm going to say
Leah.
San Fran -5.
You put San Fran -5, Leah.
Yeah,
You're
San
close.
Fran -5.
You're close. You're only off by 2.
Shake my coach's hand, sir.
Put me down for 4.5.
Jaybird.
Put me down for San Fran -4.
It's going to be San Fran -7.
Ooh.
Wow.
No respect to your Tennessee
Zero.
Titans.
Just telling you what's going to be.
Holy.
That's a really large Super Bowl spread.
Okay.
Kansas City, Green Bay Packers, Super Bowl.
Oh. Kansas.
Is that Super Bowl 1?
Yes,
Rematch?
correct.
Okay.
Oh, I don't like this one.
got?
Kansas -1.
Whoa.
KC. I got Kansas City -6.5.
Dang.
You say KC, Green Bay?
Yeah.
Yep.
So then I'm going to go Kansas City 5.5.
Wow.
You guys are good, but those are really high. Keep in mind this is Super Bowl. Kansas City -2. Sorry.
See?
What is that? What do you call that one?
I'm staying.
The trucker bird call.
That's called the Here Kitty Kitty.
I'm staying high. I'm staying high, and I'm saying Kansas City -6.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Wow, you were even higher than me.
All those
right.
coach handshakes are gone.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
Tennessee and the Green Bay Packers. This is
Oh, I'm going Green Bay -6. Yeah, you like that, Tennessee.
Tennessee, Green Bay. I'm going Green Bay 5.5.
Serge?
I'm
Tennessee, Green Bay. Even.
Ooh.
I'm with Serge. I've got Green Bay -1.
Wow.
And I had Green Bay -1.5.
Okay.
All right.
All right. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
Are there potential odds out there, Jay?
I have not. When we were just
Oh, so
talking,
this
I
is
was
all
like,
just for fun?
yeah. When I was talking, I was like, we'll just go ahead and take a look. At it. No, well, that's why we have to wait till Monday to see
Oh,
it.
okay,
We'll
that's
come back
fine.
and see how everyone did. That's why I asked
I
them
guess
right
I'll
down.
just win.
Oh, okay. After me. You mean second place?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay,
All right,
cool.
we got to take a break.
Ladies first.
Brandon,
I'm not a lady.
tell everybody where they can find you and go buy bikes from you.
Yeah, you can now find me in Coralville. We are very close to Coral Ridge Mall. It's at McGrath Hawkeye Harley Davidson. We do have 3 stores. You got the one here in town. The Quad Cities used to be Weebler's. You got Hawkeye. It's a huge destination store. A lot of stuff modeled after Kinnick Stadium in that store. It's a lot of fun to go through it, even if you haven't been there. You don't even have to like Harleys. If you like the Iowa Hawkeyes, you can show up. Also one in Dubuque. So
All right.
if you're riding on 2 wheels, just holler at me.
Twitter handle?
It's at BD Trent.
Bomber, you on Twitter?
No.
Just Facebook?
Enough. Yeah, Facebook
Politics?
is enough.
Politics stuff?
Yeah. I had Twitter. I got rid of it.
We're going to have to take a break. We come back. We're going to have the young ladies in from Two Broker Girls and talk about a new podcast that they're going to be putting together in our podcast network. But Bomber, Brandon, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Feel free to stick around for the next 20 minutes and talk with us after the show. But we got to bring them
refill
in.
our drinks.
Yeah, refill our drinks, everything else.
Wow.
All right, we got to take a break.
Your drinks.
All right, Front Street Brewery is the oldest brew pub in Iowa, nestled right along the bank of the Mississippi River, serving the fine community of Davenport since '92, with all the great beers like Davenport Gold, Wise Guy, Raging River, and the Cherry Bomb Blonde. Check out the Facebook page for food and drink specials, or visit the webpage at www.frontstreetbrew.com. Remember, the restaurant is located at 208 East River Drive. The tap room is in the Freight House complex, so get on down to Front Street Brewery today.
Oh, yeah.
This is Coach AC Earl. Don't hassle us, we're local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
At Casey's, we're not just here for our town. We're here for our schools. Introducing new Casey's Rewards, the new rewards program from Casey's that lets you turn your purchases into donations to your school. Sign up in the Casey's app and earn points you can turn into school donations, Casey's Cash, or fuel discounts. New Casey's Rewards. Points for school, points for you, points for fuel, points for good.
It's putt around time. Get your foursome together for the 15th annual Big Brothers Big Sisters Putt Around. Over 20 custom-built holes transform the River Center into the most innovative mini golf course ever. Only $30 per person and great for any skill level. Register at puttaround.org before January 17th to be entered into a Quad City staycation giveaway. The 15th annual Big Brothers Big Sister Putt Around, sponsored by Wells Fargo and the Quad City Area Realtors, January 29th through the 31st at the River Center in Davenport. Sign up today.
Back by popular demand, Gobo Productions presents One Night of Queen. Since forming in 2002, Gary Mullen and the Works have performed to sell-out audiences all over the world. And now they're back in the USA for a brand new tour. One Night of Queen is a spectacular live concert recreating the look, sound, and showmanship of arguably the greatest rock band of all time. You'll hear classic Queen numbers including We Will Rock You, Fat Bottom Girls, Another One Bites the Dust, Bohemian Rhapsody, and We Are the Champions. One Night of Queen, performed by Gary Mullen and the Works. This show will rock you.
Coming to the TextLayer Center March 18th. Tickets are on sale now at the TextLayer Center box office and Ticketmaster.com. Presented by Town Square Media.
Dust off your thinking caps, grab your best buds, and attend St. Ambrose Alumni Trivia Night. Saturday, January 18th, the Rogalski Center Ballroom will be flooded with knowledge. Will you sink or swim? All proceeds benefit the St. Ambrose Alumni Association and the St. Ambrose Children's Campus. Join the St. Ambrose Alumni Association for a trivia night, Saturday, January 18th at 7 p.m. Mulligans and doublers are available for purchase at the door. Reserve your table online at sau.edu/alumni for SAU Alumni Trivia Night.
Isn't technology great? Everything at your fingertips. But sometimes when you want something custom, you need to talk with an actual person. QC Press has been in the area for over 45 years. They can custom design t-shirts for your family reunion, banners for your anniversary party, or letterhead for your small business. Don't leave your special event up to some design shop on the internet. Check out QCPress.com or stop by and see them at 1325 15th Street, Moline. QC Press, 309-764-8142. What do you need printed today?
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB, Davenport. Follow us on Facebook at ESPN 1170. We'll help break up your feed of relatives' hot political takes. This is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
All right, everybody, we're back here in the Hassle Castle. We have some special guests from a new podcast coming on the Quadcast Network. They call themselves Two Broker Girls.
That's right. So I'm Erin Seymour, and I'm here with Sandy Lynn Burnett. And
Hi, guys. How you doing? Or gals, I should say.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Hi, ladies.
See, look at that.
Hey.
Serge going, "Hey, ladies."
What's up, girl?
So, tell the people out there what you two are going to be doing, and and what your show is all about.
Okay, so Two Broker Girls is we're both realtors, so it's a lot about real estate. We're basically going to have a lot of fun, and the content is great for agents, buyers, sellers, and lifestyle. And so actually, we're just going to have a lot of fun with this.
Yep.
Giving people a lot of good information and telling some great stories.
So if I'm a broker and I'm out there and I'm driving around and I want to hear advice about, let's say I have an unruly client. His name's Serge Mestetter.
His name rhymes with Schmerich Sturdiskater.
His name rhymes with his name rhymes with Scottish narc. And he's a total pain in the butt, and everybody hates him in the Quad Cities. But you still have to help this guy buy a house. You're gonna give kind of funny stories without naming names.
Of course.
Protect the names to change the innocent, a little Dragnet style. But as a realtor in the Quad Cities, I should be able to tune into your podcast and find some other information out other than funny stuff like that,
yes.
right?
Yep. Great information, both for agents and anybody. You know, we were talking about our database, and who's your database is pretty much everybody, because eventually everybody's going to be doing something in real estate.
Yep.
So that's kind of what we were talking about, and we were actually talking about some funny stories. We both have. We're very different people, but we have different strengths that we admire about in each other.
So now, being I can tell you're definitely the talker, and I can't believe she's not a talker for this. And she seems very nervous right now.
She's all right.
Sandy Lynn, I mean, knowing your background and knowing your
never
family
heard
background, I
anybody
can't
ever
believe
say
you're
that.
afraid of a microphone.
I know. I
She's
don't know
alright.
what's wrong with me. I'm like freezing up.
It's just like Colton Keenan's the Marine Corps, Sandy. You can do it.
And I call it cadence.
Yeah.
Don't make me do that right now.
Just
We're
do
just
it.
talking. We're just talking.
We're
Like
just
we were
talking.
just
It's just
talking
us in
on
the
the way
room,
over
yeah.
here. We're just hanging out talking.
So when are you guys gonna kick this off? It's what, today, Jay? Is that right?
Yeah.
The first one.
We're going live
Starting
at
today at
about
2:30.
2:30-ish.
Okay, so we're gonna be able to find them on the Facebook Live event as well.
Yes.
Put together on their
Yep.
page.
Yep.
On your page. And what's the page gonna be, ladies?
It's Two Broker Girls.
Yeah, Two Broker
the
Girls.
number Two Broker Girls.
At Facebook or whatever? I know.
Yep, it's
Yeah.
at Two Broker Girls.
Okay.
The number.
Okay.
Yep.
We're gonna get it up and running. We're gonna get it into that little
I
iPad
won't
right in
mess
front of you
anything
there.
up. I'm gonna plug it back in right now,
Yep.
so that way you're
Get
not
a
in trouble.
feed going, and they'll have we'll clean it up around here. So I think, like Sandy said, it doesn't look like a frat house when they're talking.
Oh, it's gonna be great. We don't mind any of that.
If
It's
it
gonna
does.
be great,
Don't be
and
losing
she's
my
gonna.
notes.
You're gonna watch her go from being a little bit nervous to chatty Cathy.
Chatty Cathy.
That's what's gonna happen.
You won't
Yeah.
be able to shut me up.
Yeah, so eventually you guys are gonna have the kind of same concept we have here. You're gonna have a Facebook comment line,
Yes.
Awesome.
and then we'll work to.
If people want to ask questions, I mean anything, whether you're a consumer or if you're an agent and you just want to.
I mean, because
shoot
it is
anything
scary
at
for a
us.
lot of first-time home buyers or sellers.
It is a lot of.
Like it's the first time I'm
I
putting
also
my house on the
think
market.
It different topics that you guys have or whatever. It also kind of peels back the curtain of what you two go through, what your agent does for you
Yes.
when you're a buyer. Because I mean, I don't know what you guys are doing. I just say, hey, we got to get a house, or I want to sell mine. You say, okay, let's have a talk and go through everything. But I don't know after that. But you kind of get what you guys
Behind
are
the scenes, a lot of the
And-
hour, like
yeah.
what we're doing.
And you
Yeah.
wouldn't believe, like, when a house sells on the first day,
Mhm.
and then somebody's like, "Oh, did I pay you too much?" And it's like, "No, you have no idea what I did to get this to happen." So.
And I think that's
Yeah, if
important.
your house sells on the first day, you should be very happy.
Yeah.
I'd be there.
I've had that happen.
Yeah.
And
My
you've
first
got-
listing ever, actually.
You've got an interesting
you thought they're all
concept.
going to be like that, huh?
Oh, that would, yeah, I was like, that'd be awesome.
Because it's not just the average buyer or anything like that, but it's more agents that you guys can have a general conversation with, and you bring them in as guests. And as far as, like you said, we're going to try to get more
Yeah.
people.
And have some famous.
And
people.
for like you're talking about first time buyers, so they need to know what they need to do. I mean, it can be really intimidating.
But a lot of it's agents working with agents. I mean, you guys, let's say you represent a house, but a lot of times too, you represent just buyers.
That's right.
So if you agents are, you will know, let's say, hey, my buyer is in this bracket of wanting to spend on a home. What do you got, Jimmy? Or from across town, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah,
We
so
have,
that's how you
like,
guys do
lots
that.
of private networks between agents to be able to do that. So that's just, this will be another way for agents to come together and
And the testing that you guys, or the licensing, I should say, to go through is pretty rigorous, right?
oh my god. And it's kind
It's
of
no volleyball thing. or
No,
anything.
it's
Sorry,
not.
Jay.
It's your volleyball test. No, it is. It's. I mean, so I was licensed in insurance, and that test was a little bit. I mean, more of a challenge than the real estate one, but it's still a challenge, and it's really regulated, and the continuing education, because those laws change, the information changes, what we need to. I mean, we're constantly learning.
just because you pass a real estate test, I mean, that does not set you up to even sell real
No.
estate, like even remotely.
You're constantly learning.
So another point of this podcast is, like, I went in my first year and made like every mistake in the book, and I got started by listening to podcasts about real estate, and so it's kind of like our way of giving back.
Yeah.
And we want to have fun doing it.
Well, for those people out there, let's just get to know you guys real quick. Sandy, where are you from here originally? What's the story? Who do you work for? You guys even mentioned the agency that you work for.
Oh my god, we're gonna get in trouble.
No, we're both brokered by EXP Realty.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's a nationwide. Actually, in this area, we have the least amount of agents, and we're number 6. And then out of all of the brokerages
in the Quad Cities.
yeah.
Okay.
Top producing brokerage.
Sandy, you're from here originally?
Yes.
Okay.
Born and raised.
Where Iowa, Illinois?
Yeah, on the Iowa side.
Okay.
Went to PV
Yeah,
grad.
it happens.
Don't I look like one?
We all make mistakes.
Yeah. Oh.
That's funny.
Okay, so I'm from Bettendorf.
Yeah.
Grew up in Bettendorf. A big family. Bettendorf High School. I'm a Bettendorf girl.
You're a bulldog?
Yeah.
Good for you.
You can tell Jay's
Why do you
biased.
like Aaron better?
I'm a
What's going on
bulldog.
here?
I'm a bulldog.
Yeah.
That's all. All right, so
You townies.
how do
Get out of town.
So how did you get into real estate, Sandy?
Okay, so I got into real estate by trying to FSBO my own house,
Mhm.
and then having a really hard time with that, and then hiring a realtor, seeing how much I paid her, and then I made, like, I grossed after paying the realtor like 40 grand
Mhm.
when I sold my first house. And I was like, oh my God, like, there's something to real estate, and then I want to know everything about real estate.
Oh,
and
that's
I
great.
also wouldn't mind getting paid.
Yeah,
while
of
I'm at
course.
it.
Yeah, that's always good.
So that's
Aaron,
my
how'd you get into it?
I got into it because, well, as an insurance broker, I had some different people talking to me. Actually, I had an investor that said we need someone to get their real estate license. You'd be great at it. And for like a couple of years, they kept talking to me about it, and I was like, I've got a good thing going, but I actually did it, and I love it. I mean, I've been doing it for over a couple of years now.
Yeah, about a couple of years.
Yeah, a little over that, and I absolutely love it. It's way more
Today
exciting.
is my
Every
4-year
deal
anniversary.
Really?
Every
Oh,
deal is
congratulations.
different. Yeah.
When do you guys have time off? Because
That's
I mean,
a cute
obviously we're in right now, and it's afternoon, but this is also for business type of thing. You guys have houses that you're showing on Saturdays and Sundays. When do you have time off?
It's really difficult. I mean, the cool thing about being a real estate agent is you get to run your business however you want.
Mhm.
So if you don't want to work certain days of the week or certain times of the week, like, you can make that call. Right now, I'm like, that's a funny question, time off, because I'm always on.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always answering my phone, I'm always answering texts and stuff. But, managing showings and when people want to go see properties, it's just all about managing people's expectations and making sure that you don't cost them the deal. Like,
Yeah.
they
Mhm.
need to get into that property.
And time management. So you can I think both of us are guilty of. I know I was never off. I was always available, always on. And I had to learn to go, okay, it's okay for me. I like to travel. So when I travel, I'm still available on the phone and
Mhm.
whatnot. However, I had to learn to kind of time block some time for myself. So I'll get up at 5, so I have time before everybody else gets up at 9.
AM?
And
So-
you know what's neat about that is we can do, like,
Whatever.
I mean, yeah, I've done contracts at midnight and stuff, but, like, it's all digital now.
Mhm.
So you can do them from anywhere, send them to anybody, and
Material world, and I'm a material.
imagine buying a
girl.
house by clicking on your phone. Sign.
What is, if somebody is preparing to buy their first home, what's the first piece of advice you give them?
To get
outside of hire
pre-approved.
either one of you two.
To get pre-approved.
To get pre-approved.
The
And
first
check
thing
with
that they want to do is talk to
a lender.
hopefully us,
Mhm.
and then we can put them in touch with a good lender to pre-approve them. Knowing their situation, if they're a veteran, there's great lenders that help veterans out, can help them get grant money, all kinds of things.
That's another thing real estate, like realtors do, is we deal with a lot of lenders. We meet with lenders. I want to know what every lender has to offer for every different type of situation. Every different client has a different need. Different lenders offer different things and have different rates and different products.
Crazy stuff that you would
for
have never
specific
even known about.
cases.
So if you're networking and you run into somebody and they say like, "Hey, I need to buy a house," you say like, "All right, tell me your story, and then I'm going to try to find you the best lender first, and then we're going to work from there."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
What's the first thing you need to do if you're selling your home?
Call me.
Yeah.
Outside of calling you.
That's
Outside of calling you.
that's- Well, because basically they do need to call us because we need to walk through their house.
There's a checklist that you need to do. You need to do the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to know what your house is worth. Because if you're selling your house, you're looking at downsizing or buying something else. So you need to know what you currently have now is worth.
What we're famous for on the show is you know what you should do. Can I give you some advice as realtors?
Yeah.
And
You guys know what you should do?
Yeah, you know what you should do. Invest in a business it's a carpet cleaning business. Because for some reason, the first thing people do when they're selling their house is they clean their carpets, and the first thing people do when they're buying a house is they clean the carpets.
That's right.
So I think that's what you know what you should do. 2 broker girls, carpet cleaning, and then you get both.
Oh yeah.
That can sound horrible.
Well, you make it work. But then you do it in and out. What?
That's a joke.
Yeah.
I got that reference.
Oh.
No, but I actually.
I didn't.
I
Yeah,
like
okay.
that, but that was good. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
Because it's true.
Yeah,
why
my wheels
does everyone
turning.
do that? Why like?
I tell people not to do it if they have dogs because all it does is bring the dog smell like right up. So it's kind of funny. Like I don't actually recommend it in every situation.
It just seems like every person I've known.
Yeah.
Brandon, you guys just recently bought a house. Did you clean the carpets?
We just replaced them. The house was
We gotta
pretty
get in the
outdated
carpet
over
business,
there.
is what we need
when
to
we
do.
got it. We live right near the village. But yeah, we replaced.
We should
those
get a
carpets.
carpet place to advertise
We
on
had
the show.
There you go. Yeah.
We had like gold shag carpet, and pink and blue,
Ooh,
and seafoam
gold
green.
shag.
Gold
Yeah.
shade.
Dude, I want that on the wall.
It's all really pretty now though. So it's,
Is this a thing?
And then a little
Bettendorf
mirror on the
beige?
ceiling for
Is
you
that
and
a
I
real
and our
thing?
larks?
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Well, now
actual
no, but
legit
now it's
thing.
Bettendorf Greige.
Well, now it should be grayish.
It is.
Grayish, do you know what that is?
It's
a combination of gray and beige.
Kinda
and
like
it goes
on the
with
walls
every-
here?
No, it's not like
Okay.
So do
We
you know
need
what
to get you a
Bettendorf
good
beige
grayish.
means when you say
Yeah.
it?
I've heard
outside
the
color of the
I've heard
house.
No, I've heard
No.
the term.
I
It's
do not.
inside.
I do not.
Okay.
It's
Enlighten me.
Bettendorf beige is so you have when we have new construction,
lost
right? So back in when did Bettendorf beige start? 2015, 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
A little bit longer than that.
Yeah. So every new construction house, everything that went up, the colors that were going in, every wall was beige. Beige with white
Beige
trim.
with white trim.
Beige with white trim and some granite. And then the colors changed, and the granite had like a gold tone with the brown, or earthy, and dark cabinets. And now everything's gray, white cabinetry, white trim, and grayish.
You built your house. What's yours?
We did a lot of different stuff. We did dark cabinets, but upstairs and white trim. My upstore, we did a little bit of beige in a couple rooms, but like I mixed up. Like the main room was more of a it was called stone. It was almost like a.
It's great.
Like a grayish, lionstone. That's,
But we got,
that's
I
a
got
good
like,
grayish color.
yeah.
Yeah.
What shameful shout out to Windmiller and Espn Homes, man. I got like 7 colors to choose from, so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
took all 7.
Yeah.
But
And
they-
Steph
they-
did
So
a
like
good
one of the
job picking them
bathrooms,
out.
like one of the bathrooms is like this, like kind of a hunterish green.
It's just green.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's like a dark hunter green, and then the other one was
green.
like a blue, yeah, navy green.
Navy green.
The navy green.
The other one was kind of like a navy blue, and then we did some different gray tiles. I don't know. We did like, and then one room was like a real gray, like an actual gray.
You know, as
Yeah.
an
But it just depended on like there was one color.
But you
that
picked
was
them, and
there,
that's
yeah.
how it goes. But there's kind of like you had 7 colors to choose from.
No,
And that's
Well,
no.
and that is
I had up to 7 colors I could use. I could.
Oh, okay.
I had a book.
like that.
which
okay.
is
that I
huge
could
with
choose
new
from.
construction. Usually they give you
I could
between
use-
1 and 3. So that's
No.
what he was saying. He got.
I could pick any damn
lot
color I
with
wanted.
what
I could have made it pink sunshine and lollipop room if I wanted to.
Yeah. So so back to what Jay had said about when a seller contacts you, what do you do? That's the next thing. You go into a house and you want it to look more modern. So you go, okay. So I had a house. It was 01. I said, okay, we need to paint. Did some gray because it was all in Bettendorf. It was really beige, and so we break it up with a little gray carpet. Change up some carpet here. Change up some paint there.
Sometimes,
it's updated
though-
and ready to go.
Well, the thing too, like what's the thing I always think is odd is like it went from brushed nickel to that oil rub bronze,
Yep.
which
Mhm.
I think oil rub bronze will end up being the 80s version of brass.
Yeah.
So I stuck with brushed nickel because I think it's timeless.
Smart. Yeah.
Or, which is also coming back,
you're
guy,
timeless.
chrome.
Chrome. Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
You know,
too.
so another like danger of being a real estate agent was when I first met Troy. You know, he kept trying to get me to go down to his basement.
Oh.
Okay.
Well,
Join the club.
She is hot. I mean, Wes wasn't there. What was I supposed to do? Mookie was at work. I was like, hey, let's go check out my basement.
You're saying come check out my downstairs.
I didn't know.
Oh, Jesus.
But yes, she's joking about something that's very serious.
It's very
so.
serious, yes.
And you guys are going to have Mr. Militich on?
Yeah, I've talked to him and messaged him. We're going to do
Friend of the show.
Talk to him about doing a situational awareness and self-defense class. That will be a charity event that will benefit.
By the way, Sandy knows how to defend herself, so don't try to take her to your basement. She'll kick you straight in the nuts.
Ladies,
Is that
where
happen?
can
Is that
people,
what happened when you were in the
Not to me.
basement?
Where can
we
people
made-
follow you?
No, we
Where can
made
people
out.
find you?
We have a Facebook page.
Uh-huh.
We are at 2 Broker Girls.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, I'm Sandy with an I, Burnett, and we've got Aaron Seymour here. So look us up on our Facebook page or on our personal Facebook.
All right, we're going to be setting this up a little bit later. Thank you so much for coming in and talking to us. Guys, LSU tonight, Clemson.
LSU.
National Championship.
Clemson, baby.
All right, enjoy yourselves, Quad Cities. We will talk to you tomorrow. Well, Tigers